Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me, man. I think it's working now. All right. There we are. We got Sam. We got Sam. So welcome, guys. I don't know what was going on there. Apologize for that. So let me go ahead and mute the live session here so I don't hear myself twice. But yeah, man, let's get into it, man. I'm waiting for Smitty to come on. Like I said, any of you guys that might want to come on tonight, we'll let you know when you have the opportunity to do that. And lots to talk about. Obviously, we got the Madden footage out there. And, you know, I'm definitely going to give you guys my opinion in terms of what I feel about the game right now. You know, shout outs to my guy, IMAV did his impressions. I was unaware that we can actually do general impressions. So you may have heard me say in my videos, can't do impressions right now. It'll come, you know, on the 17th. But I have been advised that I can do general impressions. Basically, what they're just not allowing us to do at this moment is give full-fledged reviews, obviously. I mean, because we got more of an inside track. Come on, y'all know how that works. But on the 17th, you know, I don't know if I'll have a full review, but at that time, I will definitely tell you guys, you know, my likes and dislikes. You know, at that point, I will give you the things that I don't really like about the game. You know, any things that concern me, any things I think that need to be fixed. Y'all know we're going to do that, but got to hold off on that. Like I said, I can give you general impressions in terms of like how my man IMAV did. Plan to do that tonight. You know, a lot of people are wanting to know, is it different? You know, like they're saying, hey, Sim, is it different from what people are saying they play the EA play? I'm going to dive into that. Also, just want to talk about the reception of the gameplay. I mean, you're still hearing a lot of different things, you know, from certain people. I mean, I'm seeing people saying that they love it. Some people saying they hate it. Some people saying graphically it looks the same. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Just a lot of different opinions. So we're going to dive into that in general as far as the whole spectrum. We also want to talk about, man, the marketing strategy. We all know everybody was being held at bay as far as gameplay. And it's kind of like, I mean, you finally get it. And some people are underwhelmed. Some people feel like what took so long. So we're going to dive into all of that. And then also, man, what else we got on tap here? We want to talk a little bit about the Madden 18 CFM blog. Finally, some CFM news. I'm going to preference it with this real quick because y'all know how I am. I keep it real. Again, some of you guys, man, it's like you know the information, and then when the information come out, you act like you don't know nothing. And what I'm saying is, I'm just going to say this little piece, but we'll dive into it when we get to it. But some of the people saying, oh, man, they ain't do nothing. We've known this since, let me get my dates straight. June, what day was it, Smitty? I'm trying to think. What was it like?
EA Play?
Yeah, when I did the interview. What was it like, the 11th?
No. It might have been. No. 11th was like the last day.
12th or 13th.
Yeah.
I think 12th was when it started, and I got Rex the second day, I believe.
Yeah.
So we've known since June 13th. Well, y'all have known because, you know, Sim has known, guys. There I go in third person again. But Sim has known this since February. But you guys found this out on the 13th of June. I specifically asked Rex, let's do a reenactment. So, Rex, what's CFM doing? Rex said exactly what was going on, gave you the new features if there were any, told you why CFM wasn't going to get a huge focus. So all I'm saying is, man, we as a community, again, y'all know I'm about uplifting. We have to stop acting like novice. We got to stop acting like this. Y'all have to learn, and it don't apply to everybody, but I got to say y'all, because, you know, some people need to hear this. We have to stop acting like we're not intelligent enough to follow what is happening or comprehend what is being told. It's a good amount of you guys who get it. A lot of you dudes get it. You know, y'all use your intelligence and you figure it out, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. But some of you guys are straggling, man, and acting like y'all got to cut it out, man, because nobody can take you seriously when you act like that. I'm going to dive into that, too, a little bit later, because there's a little piece I want to add onto that. But we got to do better as a community. We got to be a strong unit. So when we step to people, you know what I'm saying, we can be like, look, this, and this, and here's my facts. Then that's how you get results. You know what I'm saying? But we'll dive into that. But then also, we want to talk a little bit about NBA Live, man. A lot of gameplay out there today. Actually, I just uploaded a gameplay myself. I'll probably release it while we're here on the show. Smitty and I were able to get the demo early. Let me give them the secret, Smitty, because people seem to always wonder how this happens. Well, I saw Smitty post his tweet, and I said, oh, you know what? I forgot. My Xbox actually has a New Zealand account. So guess what? I said, you know what? I'm going to go on the Xbox One, which I don't play often. And there it is. Went into the store. There's the demo. No magic formula, guys. No, Smitty and I didn't get the demo early because we worked there. You know, that's what they told me today, Smitty.
Oh, it said you worked there.
Yeah. EA slid it to me because I'm unemployed.
Yeah, you ain't telling them, hey, like what Matt said, you ain't telling them to die slow. So you know what I mean? So of course they hooked you up.
Yeah, man. So that's crazy. So that's the secret. Again, Xbox One really doesn't get a lot of burn. It's used mainly for EA access when I need to use EA access and getting demos. There you have it. So I created a quick account, didn't do face scan and none of that because it's obviously connected to my PS4 account. Just a general gameplay to get it out there. But anyway, enough of that rambling. It's a lot of gameplay from a lot of the other guys in the community that were actually able to go to a capture event. Good amount of people have the demo. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. You know, just kind of talk about our general light feelings. I don't even know if Smitty had a chance to really play it. Probably going to play it tonight while we're on the show. But, you know, just to give some general thoughts about Live in general, because I know you guys touched on it last week, but I want to, you know, chime in a little bit, too, about the WNBA and all that kind of stuff. So that's the show, man. But we're going to start off with Madden. That's what y'all here for, right? So, Smitty, we got a lot to talk about. Let me go ahead and kick it off because I know this is what everybody wants to hear. Well, the question is, does the game play the same way it did at EA Play? That's the biggest question from people who weren't there. Even people like Smitty. You know, Smitty didn't go to the capture event. So Smitty obviously hit me up, yo, what's good? All kinds of people. And to me, it's funny because some of the concerns people are seeing in video. And I told the devs that. I was like, bruh, and it's already happening. People seeing it. That to me alone is funny. Because I'm like, yo, y'all can see it. Okay, you ain't even played the game yet. So let's get into it. There's going to be some things I'm going to tell you guys from the inside. I can't go that specific. Y'all have to honor that. You know, I know a lot of you, you know, I mean, I ain't going to say a lot. It's a handful of people that always say, when I do that, I'm damage controlling or I'm trying to protect. Listen, anybody that's ever been involved in any kind of business or even just involved, there's some things that you and your man talk about that the world can't hear it that way. But you can tell them what the general message was. If y'all understand what I'm saying? So there's conversation I've had with Rex. I'll say Rex because Rex is out there on Twitter. There's some couple other people, and Smitty knows who I'm talking about, that I specifically talked to while I was down there last week. Here's the scoop. So when we went to EA Play, right? EA Play, we all came back with the same sentiment. Y'all remember that? We all was like, yo, that defense is tight. That was the word from everybody, from me, Smitty, Relly, Lights Out, Zan, Hollywood. I'm just naming people, guys. I might not get everybody. PX1 Sports, and let me laugh there because I know some of y'all watching this show. Oh boy, did y'all go after PX1 this week? So I know that I'm gonna see some stuff here in the comments. A lot of people. The sentiment was what? Yo, the defense is tight, right? That was the thing you heard from everybody. Then you heard us say it's a lot smoother. The game feel better. Even my guy Relly was saying, yo, y'all just got to feel it. And it's funny because, Smitty, we say this to people all the time, right? And even today, I get people telling me, man, this is what you say every year. Well, here's my question to that. Shouldn't that be the response every year? For every game, shouldn't I say, man, you just got to feel it? Prime example, MLB The Show 17. I didn't know what was really different in the game until I played it. Because MLB 16 was good. But what did y'all hear me say even in my streams? Even being a novice MLB player, I was like, yo, look at the ball physics. Oh, look how they hit. I felt it.
Right.
I didn't see it. I couldn't necessarily see that in a stream because I don't know what I'm looking for. But when I play it, so my point is, that's always going to be the response for every game. 2K18, right? It looked like this thing is looking, it's looking crispy. And I got to be the first to say this because I meant to do this in the video, and I know I'm going off topic a bit, y'all, but bear with me. I was the first one to say I don't like them first screenshots. We all know the ones: Isaiah Thomas, Paul George, and DeRozan. Now here they come. I'm like, okay, all right, let me eat my humble pie. But when we see the trailer and all of that, can you tell it's better than 17? Can you literally look at the little bit of stuff that we've seen and say, oh, it's way better than 17? No, you can't.
Right.
You haven't been able to do, couldn't even do that for NBA 14. Let's be honest here. So
I want to chime in on that too when you
go ahead, Smitty, because then I'm gonna get back to the EA Play stuff. But go ahead, Smitty.
Right. No, what I want to say though, real quick, is that oh wow, they got the crossover jerseys and everything. Nice. Okay. Now, what I want to say though is that in regards of 2K, see, I spoke to D-Man, and shout out to him. He was one of the guys that were at
what up, D-Man? If you see this, what up, man?
You know what I'm saying? And all they got to do, and it's just like every other time these guys go down there, they're only there for one session, one day. They get to play for like maybe a 6 to 8 hour session of playing a build of the game. They couldn't go into instant replay for nothing. So all they had to do was just give the eyeball test off of playing multiple games over a few hours. That's literally it. They couldn't go into instant replay. They couldn't really look in detail as far as what's good, what's bad, all that stuff. And there were things that Apex put in his videos, and I said, hey, D-Man, what about players in the post shifting into position and stuff like that? What about that stuff? Can you tell me about that? And he's like, I honestly couldn't even tell you about it. And I'm like, no, you can't even tell me about stuff like that to tell me if that's truly addressed or not. See, and you were there, but that's why you played it in such a limited sample. That's like us going to EA Play and we only got to play Madden for like 3 hours. That's not nearly enough time. But then we're supposed to come back and have all the heavyweight impressions for you guys to give to the community. We wouldn't have that if we played in that small sample. That's what 2K basically had.
Right.
And that's why I've been saying for the longest, they need to do full-blown community events where guys can spend days playing the game, interacting with the devs multiple times, give some feedback, have a post-mortem session, all that good stuff. So, because that's how you get truly valid feedback, and you can give that back and say, yo, this is what needs to be done. This is how you need to tighten up your game. This is, you can spend time looking at the post. You can spend time checking out how the ball physics are, how the player physics are. They say weight matters. Okay, I want to be able to see that stuff. Like you can't thoroughly see that regardless of these articles and whatever videos they put out. That's not going to mean anything to me until I see people that actually have the game in hand and give real impressions, because there's nothing there. Like this NBA Live demo, I can go into instant replay on everything and see what's happening, what's not happening, what's working, what's not working. Like I'm gonna be labbing on this a bit. I'm gonna be putting some feedback together to give to them tonight off of this.
So that's what too. Please, everybody, and real quick, then I'll let you come back.
Yeah.
When EA Access hits on all of that stuff, whoever's playing Madden, and I'm gonna tell y'all why in a minute here, the feedback is critical.
Yep.
I'm gonna explain it to you when it gets back to me. Go ahead, Smitty.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to say that real quick about the whole 2K bit, and then even with this, and like you said, yeah, you know, we can both jump on that, but we need to have a full-blown opportunity to see what the deal is with these games. Like when Sim said what he said, and even when Mav said what he said about the zone touch, that stuff really, really made me upset. I couldn't have made it to the capture event. Even if I wanted to be able to go, I wouldn't have been able to make it. But honestly, and I'm going to say this real quick. When it comes to, and I mean, this is game changer type stuff, but the bottom line is this. Every single event, I don't care if it's just about presentation, sim guys have to be there at every single event. MUT, CFM, franchise, gameplay, capture, all of that. Period, point blank. And what I'm saying is, look, Sim, that's my brother. He does his thing. But there are other guys like-minded like him that y'all got sitting at home that need to be at all these functions. No offense to some of these other guys that got subs and everything or whatever, but you got dudes that just play mobile games at a console event. No. Either you can invite them, but at the same time, invite guys that play this game on console yearly that have been fighting for these things. Now, I'm not one to usually toot my own horn and that kind of thing, but I've been fighting for zones for a minute. And to see and to hear that really makes me mad. I'm like, like Sim said, like what other people already experienced. He wasn't the only one that said, hey, yo, these zones is feeling tight. I said it. Sim said it. Shop said it. All these dudes across the whole board said it. And then to see that it got touched, why the heck was it touched? You see what I'm saying? I mean, yes, okay, you guys are doing the work now to fix, but we told you. We told you already. You see what I'm saying? We said it. Like, you're taking feedback from the game traders. We told you it was tight. It didn't need to be bothered with. So why it was touched? See, the only thing that I could think to is that somebody up above Rex put their hand on his shoulder and said,
"Oh, of course. Oh, we gonna talk about it. We going there.
You gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta touch this. You gotta touch this. You gotta drop it down a notch. Because let me tell you this, and I'll throw it back to you, Sam. The worst basketball, football, soccer, tennis player can still make plays. They could still win games. I make that point to say this. In the secondary, your worst reacting cornerback can still make a beat on the ball and come away with a pick six. Why take that away? Oh, it's happening too much for whatever reason was given. Well, see, this is the thing. We told you guys that the game is going to feel different. It's not going to exactly look different. You're going to have to feel it. That's just like driving a car. You just had the previous model year. It's not going to blow your mind as far as what they did on the surface. But when you get behind the wheel of the car, and you get in the seat, you get comfortable. You check all the little features and buttons and bells and whistles. You start driving it. And you're like, okay, this is an upgrade from what I got before. Then now the value is higher. And you appreciate it more because you didn't just stand there and look at it and say, Man, that thing don't look no different than what I currently got. You actually got to drive the car, experience the vehicle, take it on a test run, i.e., demo. How many times have I said since we first went down to EA? I've been saying it the hardest for the longest. Play the game first. If there's a demo, play the heck out of it. If there isn't, red box it, rent it, whatever. Do the GameStop rental. Somebody gonna return the game. Do the GameStop rental. You got that 7-day period. Do what you gotta do. But make sure that you are pleased with what they give you before you go ahead and say, you know what, I'm gonna keep this game. If it ain't hitting, then don't bother with the game and just leave it on the freaking shelf. But play it first. And that's why we said, if you pay attention to Sim and I, see these are the kind of things that I wish Sim and I had like 1 million subs and stuff like that, because a whole lot more people would get it. Yeah. And the thing is that you look at if you look across the whole board over the past few years, Sim and I have both been telling you this game is getting more and more closer to that point where you're not going to see this big old visual fidelity difference where it's like as soon as you queue up that video, oh snap, dang, they changed the game with Madden. You're not going to see it like that. It's like that with FIFA. It's like that with PES. It's like that with NHL. You know what I mean? It's like that with these other games. Madden is getting into that realm now where it's like it's not going to necessarily blow your mind with visuals. And I mean by visuals, I'm not talking about Frostbite and I'm talking about graphics. What I mean is visual fidelity as far as gameplay, animation quality, things like that. Like you may not necessarily see it. Like just like a lot of these gameplays, you guys see a lot of these animations and it's like, oh, I see a lot of the same stuff. Yeah, but it doesn't feel the exact same. And that's the whole thing. There is a difference. And trust and believe, once people actually get their hands on the game, then they'll actually start to appreciate what's in the game more. Because seeing the reaction from everybody across the board, it doesn't surprise me in the least bit to see people, oh my gosh, I can't believe that it looks like this. Like, well, we told you. Man. That's why we left out there and told you, like, straight off rip when we was in Cali. We told you it wasn't going to be all that in terms of the visual. It wasn't going to grab you that way. You know, some of you it might, but, and this is the other point. This is the last point. Watching these YouTube videos, regardless of all the work Sim and everybody else done, it's not really going to serve you justice watching it on YouTube. You got to watch it on your own TV, playing the game with the stick in your hand, playing it yourself, hearing the audio for yourself, seeing the visuals for yourself, going into instant replay for yourself, and looking at everything on your own, you know, on your own, you know, your own time and everything or what have you, in your own way. Oh, thanks for the hairline compliment. I'm glad you like it. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, Lou. But but you know, but that's the whole point that I'm getting in it. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Thanks, though. But you know, I appreciate. But like I said, that's why we try our best. All we can do is try our best and let you guys know. That's why Sim gives the interviews that he gives. That's why we do what we do when we go to these things. We try to get the information. We try to provide it to you guys, and it's at least out there on public record so you guys can check it out. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you don't listen or if you don't watch or whatever it is, we can't help that. But at least we can at least point you in the direction and say, yo, here's the information. Go ahead and check it out. You know what I'm saying? If it's for you, if you like what's being said, cool. If you don't like it, that's cool. Give the feedback. Let the devs know what the deal is. So
that's it.
Yep. What's to you, bro?
I've been telling y'all, man. I mean, I'm on that wave now. I only listen to feedback. Yeah. That's it. That's all that matters. I'm sorry that a lot of you guys in here tonight, I appreciate you for coming by, but I bet you a good amount in here, y'all have been a victim of me not responding. Because I'm not responding to anything on Twitter that's just irrelevant. That F that. or I wish this dude would get fired, or I wish this guy could. Man, as much truth as we give y'all, I don't get it. I don't get it. As much truth as we have provided, especially, especially I'll say me this year, because I actually, for whatever reason, I actually had more opportunities. Like Smitty, for whatever reason, like he was just saying a little while ago, didn't attend as many things this year. But I've been telling y'all exactly what the deal was. We told you exactly what the deal was at EA Play. So now let me tell you what the deal is again. And then some of y'all gonna forget that I'm saying this tonight. This is what basically happened. So we had EA Play. I told you all the people who are out there. Smitty and I, Shop, all these people. Relly, Hollywood Sports. Mad people that you guys have heard of before or might even be in here tonight. The sentiment again was defense is great. Tight. You heard that from the competitive guys. You heard that from Sim guys, right? Come to find out, and again, guys, I'm going to give you some and not give you all because listen, a lot of this stuff is personal, personal conversation, and I'm just not going to do that because I ain't no sucker like that. You know what I mean? I work for y'all, so to speak, but I ain't no sucker. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to spill everything that I talk to somebody about. No, that's lame. That's very lame. I don't do that. That ain't in my character. But we have conversations, right? So, of course, we give our feedback at EA Play. Everybody felt good about the defense. It was already concerns at EA Play. Is it too hard? Smitty knows this. He was there. It's already concerns. And I'm like, yo, we can't approach it like that. We cannot approach it like that. The game is the game. Because what I kept emphasizing, listen, we're doing these play styles. Let's implement the difficulty in these play styles. That's what it's there for. And I know some people don't want to be labeled that way, but listen, if it's hard, yo, why don't you rock arcade real quick, get the hang of it, then move your way up. Put it on pro or rookie, whatever, play arcade, whatever you want to do. But the game was tight. Now, let me give y'all some inside game that y'all don't know about. Speaking to another dev. Another dev told me, and I respect this dude wholeheartedly. Smitty knows what I'm talking about. He said, to be real with you, Sim, there was some things going on in the EA Play build that wasn't real. I was like, what you mean? He said it was a lot of bugs in there. Like there were some bugs in the coverage that made coverage really good for everybody. So I had to sit back, and I literally sat back in my seat and was like, you know what? You might have a point. Because then I started remembering certain situations, but it was playing so good. I was like, yo, I love this game, right? I love the way the defense is playing. But when I really think about it, let's be real for a second. Y'all see this back here, right? Them Steelers second, they was covering everything. Come on, bro. Now, we all know that Steelers secondary is no shutdown secondary. Mike Mitchell was jumping stuff, like, easy. And I'm like, but I won't pay attention to that. Listen to what I'm saying. Because when I'm playing it, I feel so good about the game playing so well that I'm blinded by who's making the plays, if y'all understand what I'm trying to say, right? So get into it, and we have this discussion. So let's fast forward to this week. I go down last week. Play the game. Didn't know what was quite wrong at first. I even told Smitty that. I was like, man, when I played it, I'm hearing from other people that stuff is wrong, but I can't put my finger on it yet. So my guy Zan was there. Lights Out. Y'all know Lights Out, competitive player. Lights was there. That's my dude right there, too. Shout outs to Lights. He was like, yo, Sim, the zones broke, bro. I was like, what you talking about? They're broken. I said, what you mean? He said, they're broken. I was like, what you mean? Worse than what he said, it's not like EA Play. So, of course, I defer to those guys. Let me explain to y'all why. Why a lot of y'all like to poo-poo on the competitive players. Let me tell you why I rock with those dudes. Guys like Lights, Zan, and I'm not saying this guy is a competitive player, but even like our buddy here, NY Kia. NY Kia is the type of guy that you want to watch his channel because Kia goes and breaks down all of those zones. from his football history, in his background, and he's like, nah. Guy shouldn't be playing that shallow. Oh no, he should be. He not getting the leverage. You know what I mean? These are the people that I defer to. I can't wait till Kia gets his hand on the game. And let me explain to you why. I know football. I played football. I played in the secondary. But the way I find my feedback, Smitty is the same way as me. We don't do as much labbing as those guys. For instance, y'all see me do it in the stream, right? I play the game and if something don't look right, whoa, let's go on the replay. And I look at it then, like, he didn't get enough depth on that route or that coverage or what have you. Whereas my boys, Relly, Lights, Kia, these guys, Relly was at EA Play straight labbing. All right, let me see what's going on with this purple zone. Let me see what's going on here. Let me see if I do this combination, if I do a drag and do a post and do an out, do two select, all of that, right? So to hear them say, yo, defense is tough, I got to defer to that. And I respect it. They know that. These dudes know that. Lights know this. I tell them this all the time. Like, yo, I love what y'all do because y'all tell me what's really wrong with the game. So to hear him say, yo, bro, and like I said, I ain't going to give you all the convo because listen, I don't do that. But he basically was like, yo, this ain't the same game. Next day, I'm playing it, and it really hit me. Because Smitty knows this too. When we go down to events, I'm the crazy guy. I always say, yo, Smitty, I can't really tell stuff the first day. Smitty know this. We be at breakfast the second day. I said, now I'm going to be able to see what the game is like. Always day two for me for some strange reason. Day two comes around, and I'm like, wow. Back to the same old deep zones. These guys are waiting till the ball is caught. They're not breaking. Now, Smitty and I sat side by side at EA Play. It was times when the ball cocked back, safeties was jumping that thing because they was watching the quarterback. That's football, man.
Yes.
That's football. And like Kia said here in the chat, you don't have to be an elite player to do that. Listen again, my Steelers, I see them do that all the time. But what happened against Brady? They just couldn't react fast enough. But it wasn't like they was acting like they didn't know where to go. They just weren't good enough to cover Brady and the boys in spot zone coverage. That's all we ran. It's more to that because we'll talk about that later on another show. But that's all we ran pretty much last year, especially against Brady. Young secondary, they can't grasp so much. We did spot coverage. It won't gonna work. But didn't they look like they knew what they was doing? They just couldn't make the play. I need Madden to be the same way. A 70 rated guy should just be a little slower, or his agility is not quite right. His awareness is not right. But at least let me see him reacting to the football, whether late or not. And that's how I feel now. Y'all are seeing it in the videos, man. Shout outs to my guy, Mav, too, man, because Mav inspired this. Because, again, I was told that I couldn't give impressions. That's what we were told when we were down there. And, again, Mav being 700,000 plus, he was like, yo, I'm going to say what I want, pretty much. And thank you for that, because now your boy's talking. I ain't waiting until the 17th. So, the zones just ain't right, B. They're not. They're not. Those are my general impressions. They're not the same. What you guys are seeing in these videos, I still will encourage you to play it yourself. But what's so important, you have to give feedback. Please. Because, again, I can't dive too deep into this, but it is being fixed. It is being fixed, but we need more and more people to complain. It's power in numbers. Stop using the middleman. I see too many people hitting me up on Twitter. Hey, can you tell the devs? No, you're here. They're on Twitter. You hit them up. Because if I send it, it's just Sim. But if 30 of y'all send it along with me, that's 31 people. This is going to be very important. No, they do not ignore feedback. But see, I shouldn't even have responded, but see, that's a perfect example. Comments like that, I don't listen to that. But trust me, they're working on it. Me personally, I'm going to clear a misconception that I'm seeing on Twitter. Don't expect it. I don't think it's going to be at launch. Truth of the matter is, and again, I'm giving y'all some inside game here. Every game that we play, y'all know what happens when you put the game in the disc the first day. It's an update, right? Every single game. That update is already submitted. That one. So I don't think the fix that Rex is talking about is going to be at launch. I see a lot of people saying that on Twitter, but I don't believe that's the case. But it will be soon. Now, here's my beef, Smitty, before I throw it back to you. My beef with the whole thing is like Smitty said. I don't get it, man. Listen, I understand. I understand it from a business standpoint, but to turn around and fix it, it's kind of like, what was the point? And I'm not talking about just the developers, because trust me, there are devs there that is not okay with this. They fought for this. The issue is there's people above them. And let's be real. Let me borrow a little, insert from Four Verticals podcast a while back when Rex was on there. Do y'all remember when Rex said how hard he has to fight for stuff and convince marketing, this and that? That goes on all the time. So sometimes when you get people that come down, even within the company that's above the creative, side of things, they start playing, oh, an interception. Oh, man, what did I do wrong? Keep on playing. Another one. What do you think they do? Man, this game is too hard. Oh, it might affect our bottom line because we're trying to get all these new people in. We want to bring all these guys in for Longshot, and they're going to play it, and then they won't keep it. That's how they think. That's how the corporate people think. Let's be real. Y'all know that. Mm-hmm. So the devs are put in a tough position. And you can take this for fact or not. Listen, because I see some comments. I don't care. I'll keep it real with y'all. Whether y'all want to accept it or not makes no difference to me. I have no reason to tell you any of this to turn around and be lying about it. Right? So we have to be more vocal. We have to come in droves. Like, yo, what's up with this game? And pound the table. Because if we are loud enough, those who make decisions will have to respect it. Don't sit in here and tell me that they don't listen to feedback. You go back 5 years from now, listen to all of us here, Sim Standard, a lot of other people here in the chat, a lot of the things we asked for, is it not in the game now? Everything is not in there, no. But don't tell me that they don't listen to feedback. The problem with people that say that is they're not listening to what you want. You individually. So you're always gonna say, man, they don't care. You can't listen, man. You can't think about it like that. And listen, I'm just trying to put you on game. I look at things from a different lens now. I'm a little older now. Listen, I know how business works. So instead of me trying to sit around and ponder why, I know why. So now I try to find a way to circumvent that. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of you guys, man, the ones saying that are the same ones I see on Twitter, cursing the dev, telling them to go F himself, telling this kid to die. How do you think that's going to help? That is never going to help. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be, and it's funny because I'm not that old, but it's younger people who follow me, they call me the OG. So I'm just trying to be an OG, man. Like, dog, we've never been in a position where we have this much effect on Madden. Think about that. Never in the history of Madden. All of us people who've been playing it, we have never been in this position before. So now we got to utilize it. And like I said, lean on the corporate. The devs, and let's be real, really gonna get a laugh out of this. I'm sure there's some devs also that feel the same way as corporate. Let's be real. But we got to lean on them, man. We have to lean on them. And honestly, y'all claim that it don't happen. Look, we done made Rex come out on Twitter and say, listen, guys, we know it's going to be fixed. Got to do that. Because I was in his ear. Lights was in his ear. Zan was in his ear. I mean, we all mad. Like, yo, what did y'all do to this game? and it's going to be changed. But like Smitty said, man, bruh, why did they mess with it? I know why. Here's my theory. I'm just going to say it because, listen, I do what I want to do. This is my theory. I think that they are afraid that, and again, I'm talking about decision makers, that it's going to be too hard for some people. Because think about it. Look at it from this standpoint. We've been told that Longshot was where they were trying to market, right? Even though the marketing strategy, oh God, we're going to get into that, Smitty. So Longshot is basically what I'm seeing, and just, the way I'm reading the vibe, they're trying to bring in a new audience, right? With the new audience comes new players. Some people that don't even know football. Some people who are very novice to the sport, don't know how to play the game. They do want to bring them along, so to speak. So it makes sense. Think about this. I'm going to throw a jewel at y'all real quick. Remember last year, we said the game was good. It went from semi-good, went to bad, then came back to almost back to good. Have y'all not heard Rex say, listen carefully. I'm going to get close to y'all. Have y'all not heard Rex say himself, listen, man, we have different marketing strategies depending on the season, holiday time and all. Did he not? He's telling y'all exactly how it goes down. So my theory is that initially they're like, no, this can't be too hard. Let's get them in. But here's the pressure. It ain't just Sim complaining. It ain't our precious Sim community. Oh, no. The competitive guys is like, yo, what's up? What y'all do to this game, man? Can't have that. You understand what I'm saying? And listen, this ain't no knock to them because I told y'all, those my guys. Lights in them. Those my guys. But when they start beefing, I was smiling. I was down there like, yes. Because now you have no choice. It ain't just the guy who wants hardcore Sim, because y'all know we get put in a box sometimes by the higher ups. Now, these dudes who out here making that money, that sponsorship, they like, yo, this is gonna be completely offensive. That's what I'm talking about. So now already, we're gonna get this fixed. See? But that's my theory, man. My theory is that whoever made that decision felt like it was going to be too hard for the newcomers. Hey, let's change some things. And I honestly feel like when they change, this is the last thing I'm going to say, then I'll throw it to Smitty and we'll talk about this marketing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got y'all on, man. I meant to shout y'all out earlier. MBL in the building. Love what they do. Go check them out, man. Best CFM broadcast that I've ever seen. All right, so here's the crazy thing. Like Smitty was saying earlier, when you change it, it's almost like, what was the point? Because let's say it comes in the very first patch, which is usually 15 to 30 days or so. The people are still new. It ain't like the game is old, then. So I don't get that. But I really think, Smitty, what really happened, in my opinion, I respect, what I was told about. There was some issues and some bugs underneath. Cool with that. Fix the bugs, but don't fix the way the game is playing. Because obviously you did something overly. It was overboard because it's such a drastic change. There's no way just a bug making people very good did all of that. I ain't hearing that. Now, I will smile real quick because I know some stuff that's coming that should make everybody happy in terms of coverage. Can't tell you that. But from what I've heard as far as how things will start to happen, should be straight. Once we start going through the cycle. But I just think it was crazy, man. And listen, I'm the first one to say the game don't play the same way it did at EA Play. Now, everything else is fine. Run game still smooth. It still feels better on Frostbite. Frostbite looks good. The run game, blocking, all of that is good. Physics is better. I'm sorry, I lied, guys. I do have one more thing to say. Again, chiming in on what Smitty said. I don't know what everybody was expecting. We've been telling y'all. We've been telling y'all even when we wasn't really supposed to try to give you a hint. We've been saying, listen, this is the first year to Frostbite. Don't expect this groundbreaking game. I sat right here on this show and told y'all, use FIFA 16 as your example. Remember when I was telling y'all that before it even came out? Why you think I was saying that? Yep. Y'all gotta start listening to me, man. Why you think I was saying, yo, I'm gonna use FIFA 16 as my metric? Come on, man, open your third eye. It was really no huge jump from FIFA 16 to FIFA 17. Now here comes the argument, Smitty. Yeah, but it's in a better place. Regardless, we're talking about going from engine to engine. That ain't got nothing to do with where each game is at as far as where it should be as good as FIFA. No, the first year to an engine, there's going to usually be focused on just getting her over. Look what happened in Madden 06. So now EA has been better with, let's get everything over. Let's get everything over to the Xbox One and PS4 when they came with Madden 25. Now let's get everything as far as Madden over to Frostbite. Then you'll start seeing projections. Now the long shot stuff, we'll talk about that later. But a lot of talking there, man. But I just had to get that out. But Smitty, let's jump into the next thing as far as marketing this game. Did they do a good job this year? I'm going to just leave you with that. Did they do a good job marketing Madden 18? You muted.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I'm sorry. They, you know, I think some people may be upset because of what they're doing in this live. But I'm gonna just leave it at that point. Yeah, the marketing angle. Listen, I don't agree with not one single marketing angle that has been taken yet. I don't even like what they did with NBA Live with them delaying all this time with the pre-orders. Y'all could have y'all dropping this game. If you pre-order the game or purchase the game prior to September 15th, you get it for $40. Y'all should have did that at EA Play. Like, that's why you didn't do it is beyond me. But that's when you should have did it. Y'all should have said right then and there while y'all sorting everything out. That's what you should have did. And you didn't. For whatever, oh man. And you wait till now to do that. And then, as we've said over the years, whenever we go down to EA and they show those demo reel trailers and stuff like that, the trailers that the dev team puts together tenfold are way, way better than what marketing actually puts out. And it's a shame that those videos aren't put out because it makes the game, like, it puts the game in such a better light. And it spotlights the features and stuff that they did for the game in a great way. And, you know, to see that nothing has, this is the thing. People have been building and building and building and building up all this anticipation to the point where people going back and forth over what's said in the article. Like, you going to wait until Rex and Sean clear up this thing about physics. What is it? Is it the previous gen physics? Well, is it Frostbite physics? Oh my gosh, which physics is it? So it's like, I'm like, so my thing about it is this. This is what I was just waiting to say on that. So you telling me you're going to sit there and wait until you get a response from both parties about the physics before the game comes out? What if they don't respond to you until a month after the game comes out? You're just going to sit on your hands and not purchase it, not play it or anything? You're not going to find out for yourself what it is? You're just going to sit back and wait while you wait to get that response because you're that pin up about it? That's the whole thing. That's why I was saying that, because I'm like, it's funny, just if you listen to the interviews, like I think Rex had mentioned the physics that were used in Sim's video, his interview.
No, you know, Rex didn't say nothing in that. Smitty, I don't know why you keep referring to that interview. Rex ain't tell us nothing about the game. He ain't say nothing about physics or CF, nothing. It was just a mute interview. Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you wanted to know everything about what was happening and what wasn't happening, especially with CFM, all you needed to do was listen to that interview. He gave a lot more than what he needed to. It's not like Sim asked him 35 burning questions about CFM and he answered all of it. He spoke on his own free will and he went in. And I'm like, wow.
Lob City. All I did was
yeah.
slam it on, Rex. I know the chemistry is always there in the interviews. Wait till next year. We're going to do it again.
Yeah.
But they ain't going to listen, so I don't even know why I said that. Yeah. My bad. Go ahead, Smith.
So that's what I'm just saying, man. Just all you need to do, honestly, is just pay attention. If it's not even Sim's interviews, like pay attention to all of them. There's something that somebody says here, something said in Sim's interview, something said in something that I did in mine, someone else's, another person over here, another person over there. There's all this information out there, and it's like people just gloss over it, and it's just like, no, the focus is MUT. All it's going to be is MUT. It's never going to be about CFM. And it's like Rex clearly told you that it's not all about MUT, and that's it. They're going to focus in on CFM, dude. It's going to happen. They told you that. Heck, even Clint alluded to it on his own in SGO, one of SGO's videos, his interviews. So, and shout out to SGO, Sports Gamers Online. Shout out to him. But that's what I'm just saying. Like, but like I said, back to the point of the marketing thing. I know they put it on the community, so to speak, but the thing is, if you're going to put it on the community, number one, we should have been able to capture an EA Play. That's number one. Number two, if you're not going to allow capture to happen at EA Play, then the very next month or a few weeks afterwards or something like that, that's when you have an event and allow people to come, bring those guys out and let them and let them and let them play the game, see what the game has to offer, and then go forward from there. You know what I mean? Like, show them what it is, let them get their capture on, make their videos, put it out, and then, like, put the videos out first, talking about these things. Or better yet, you could couple them up with the blogs. Are we talking about the O-line play? Okay, bet. Sim got this video digging in about da-da-da-da-da. That deals with the trenches. Oh, we got these controls. They worked on this. They worked on that. Blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop. But you don't have any of that. Huh?
Real quick, the only reason why I wanted to chime in here so I don't forget, because it's kind of what you're saying. Here's the funny thing. This is the stuff that Smitty and I like to show, right? This is our crowd. But it just goes to show y'all, we're still a small segment. There's a reason why we have to stay connected and powerful. Look at the videos that I put up so far. The one showing the visuals, it's like over 50 grand already. Look at the rest of them. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
that
true.
Just goes to show y'all that it's a way bigger audience that ain't even talking about this stuff tonight. So that's why we have to stay connected and deliver. Pound the table. Get at Rex, who is listening, because contrary to what some people would believe, we sound harsh tonight, but this is what they want from us. Rex don't want me to be like, hey, and well, if you had to do what you had. No, they want us to be stern. Because believe it or not, that helps. Because again, not putting them out there, but there's stuff that they have to fight for themselves. So we just, if you want change, man, get on board, and let's, like Zulu said earlier, the quote unquote community leaders need to band together and bring all of y'all with us, and we gotta march that way and protect what we want. Stop getting so crazy with it, man, because that ain't gonna make them change nothing. Real feedback, stern feedback, like how we give it, and wait till Relly gets on here. But go ahead, Smitty.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that, you know, and that's another point. We made this point before. We're the smallest crowd, but we got the biggest voice. So don't sit up here, you know, like when it comes to CFM and changes like that. Yeah, people know who Deuce Douglas is, but do all the 50, I bet you out of those 50,000 people, all that video that Sim saw, I bet you maybe a small handful of people in that crowd honestly know who Deuce Douglas is and know of his mock-ups. Hey, even when it comes to them even knowing what Operation Sports even is, they may not even know what that is.
See, this is it right here, Smitty. And y'all know me. I'm like a comic. And you sit in the front row, I got to pick on you if you put yourself out there. Real quick, Smitty, because I want you to chime in on this. We get a comment from Alexander Schmidt. He says, honestly, I think the game should be slightly discounted. Now, come on, son. I'm being real. What quantifies that? And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say some stuff that you are missing. And we understand that. But we got to stop thinking about it like that. I told you guys, we are selfish. The sim crowd, we selfish. Let's be real. If it ain't about what we like, we don't want to hear it. That's not how business works. Because truth be told, all of these other games do the same thing. Just so happen, they're in a better position gameplay-wise, so you give it a pass. They all do it. They all do things that's not for us. 2K does it. I mean, they all do it. But again, 2K is in a position where the gameplay gets them by, even though it got issues. Madden is catching up to that, which they will. You know, keep this team intact. They'll get there. But again, we got to stop thinking about it like that. It ain't about, like, even the Longshot comment. I saw that earlier. Man, they should just subscribe. Bruh, if you were sitting, this is what I wanted to say earlier. If you were sitting at that table and your job is to make the game attract a different audience, you would be thinking that way. Trust me. I've been in companies where I've seen how marketing works. That's their job. Like, for us to say, like, I don't like Longshot. I was very vocal about it as far as the idea. Now, I think once you see Longshot, y'all will enjoy. I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy what it offers. But we all gonna say, man, we could have. I wish they would have used that time to do this first. That's what you want. This game is millions of fans, man. So you got to. It's just like an album. What's a great album to me, especially in the hip hop world? A great album to me is when the artist can give you so many different facets. Here's one y'all might understand, because we got a lot of different age ranges in here. So I'm not gonna use some of my favorites, but my favorite album from Lil Wayne was the Carter 3. The one with Mrs. Officer and all that on it. Because that was the first album that I was like, whoa, Wayne got a little range. He ain't just the mixtape guy. He can make actual songs. He had a song for everybody. That's video games, folks. I'm just opening y'all's eyes a little bit. Even though we still fight for what we want, we're right in that. But let's stop acting oblivious to why some of these things happen. The sooner you realize that, the better you'll feel. Because you're just pounding your head against the wall for no reason if you're really thinking that, oh, they should never do this. And give your feedback, yes, but don't act like you don't understand why. Come on, you grow up a little bit. But go ahead, Smitty, my bad.
Yeah. No, you good, man. No, like, you know, at the like I said, I'll just say basically, like I was saying before, I don't agree at all with the marketing angles, the perspectives that they took and everything. Like I said, you know, if you were going to do something like that, you should have had it where like Sim and other guys were able to talk about things on their own, do gameplays and stuff like that, and also give do videos that add credence to do videos that add credence to articles and stuff going into it. You know what I mean? As far as the game and everything. But you know, that can talk to the gameplay, emphasize aspects of gameplay, but you didn't have any of that. So it sucks. It sucks to see that stuff pulled away. You know what I mean? And not shown.
Hold up. Special announcement. Shout outs to Deron Smith. He just donated $5 to the cause. Give him a hand clap, Smitty. Shout outs, brother. Now, my bad, y'all, but y'all that know that when I stream, when somebody do that, you got to show them love. Because listen, to give $5, now watch this, Smitty. Somebody go say, what's $5? For somebody to give you something that don't technically know you, I got to salute that. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Smitty.
No, that's cool. No, that's what's up.
I ain't got all of my, I ain't got the streams connected, so I can't do my stuff. Yeah. Man, but that's what's up.
No, but let alone during the show, you know what I'm saying? So that's furthermore what's up.
Salute, man.
So, but yeah, no, I'm just saying that it needs to be a lot more streamlined with having community guys come in, give, put videos together, couple it with whatever blogs, articles, and stuff is going to be out there on top of additional things. All this stuff would have been great if the blogs and everything came along with it last month. You see what I'm saying? Or have the footage come out last month along with some of the articles, and then when others come out later, have more footage go along with it. You could have stretched it out, and it would have been perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? People would have accepted it. But see, when you don't do it, when you don't do anything and just sit on your hands, and now you're putting the extra emphasis on Sim and these guys to deliver what you're supposed to be delivering, you know what I mean, as a company. And you're putting it on these guys to deliver that hype. That's why a lot of people are like, oh man, looks like no big deal. But to see that people are able to look at the gameplay and see what's up with the zone, that says a lot. It says a lot when you got guys in like that were at the event with you last week saying it, but it goes even further, when you have other people saying the exact same thing, at the event, and then you got the public seeing the video content, and they're like, oh man, I'm not really feeling that zone play there. What's that all about? So I'm glad to hear that uproar like that. That is great to see. But see, and this is why we said the feedback. I said it yesterday. Feedback is going to be extremely critical. I said this before when they announced the play styles even. That's going to be huge.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Oh, got to give another shout out. Ray Sports Gaming.
Another
That's $10. Oh, there you go.
Another one.
Oh, and another one. Hey, and another one.
Oh, shout out.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going in tonight, man. I got to get my DJ Khaled on.
Right.
Another one. Yo, Stream Deck people. I need y'all to make this thing available for YouTube streaming outside of the Elgato. I hope y'all are listening, because I met an Elgato representative at the Capture event. I need it to work for Google Hangout so I can get all the little funny stuff going on in here. All right? Just do that for us. All right, go ahead, Smitty. So we got Relly and Kia in here. So
yeah, I'm done.
Let's get them in.
Get these cats in, man.
I guess Kia, go ahead. You can go first. Relly, feel free to unmute. Y'all will probably be bouncing off of each other anyway.
Yo, I got a new mic. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
you good, man.
All right.
Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Great, nice.
So Kia, I'm gonna come to you first, man, because people don't understand. I always give you shout outs because you see stuff that the average person doesn't see. And you made some comments, and I was like, see, he's already got his eyes open. So I'm definitely I want to hear what you have to say based off of what you're seeing. How are you feeling prematurely about the zone play?
It's kind of sad because I started out really hopeful at first because I saw 2 plays out of all the games that I watched of plays that probably would not have been made last year. I saw one play in your game where you were playing cover 3 cloud and the deep third corner on the hard flat side was on the wide side of the field, and he came off the numbers and made a play in the ball to the sideline. That was nice. That had me say, okay, that's a big difference. That probably would not have happened last year. I also actually saw a play in another game where a C route was actually blanketed. It wasn't 5 yards of separation. It was actually covered. So that was a good beginning. But unfortunately, it all went downhill from there coverage-wise. And it's a shame because I loved everything else. I loved the way the game looked. It looked really clean.
Mm-hmm.
I love the running game. If Rex and Clint listen, don't touch this running game. And I'll tell you why. I noticed that people are still playing a heavy dose of cover 2 against these power run sets. And they're not involving their safeties in the run fit. So, of course, they're getting gashed. If you don't have a guy on that strong side defensive tackle that can blow up that gap, if you don't have another defensive tackle that can keep your linebackers clean, that's what's going to happen. Get out of that 2-deep coverage against jumbo sets and against power I. It ain't going to work unless you have a really strong front. Not like last year where after the first patch, you had these corners playing force like outside linebackers. What did guys do? They played nickel, they played Deion Sanders in the slot, and you couldn't get them out of there. But once guys started to play other coverages, started to play cover 3 and started to play cover 4, then all of a sudden you had all these wide receivers being turned loose. And that's where it all fell apart for me and for everybody else, I'm sure, because if you're going to have to drop your safeties into the box now in order to control the run if you're outmatched, what's going to happen now is that you can't cover anybody. So if you can't cover anybody, you drop guys down into the box, and if you can't stop the run out of 2 deep, what can you do? You're going to be playing arena football out there. So it's just a mess right now. And on top of that, I didn't see any pass rush. I didn't see any pass rush at all.
Oh boy, SGO. I hope you're listening, but you'll probably hear the archive if not. Man, Sports Gamers Online was beating that drum heavy while we were down there.
So if you're not going to be able to stop the run out of 2 deep, which is fine, if you can if you can play 8 in the box or quarters coverage, if you can't stop the run out of 2 deep. But if you can't play that because you can't play coverage, and if you can't play coverage and can't get a pass rush, what's left? Blitzing and hoping. So
yeah, man,
not good. Not good.
It's tough, man. I will say this: there is pass rush, but it seems a bit spotty, in my opinion. Oh, shout outs to Daryl. We got another donation. Man, y'all killing it tonight. We thank you, man. We definitely thank you guys.
That's huge, man.
I know that picture. What's up, Kool-Aid?
There, but it does seem spotty, kid. And you can clearly see it in the videos. Like sometimes, this is one of my pet peeves, and I want to say this while you're here, because I've noticed you guys, I'm sure, have seen this. I've said this to the devs before, the Clinton Rex. I'm sure they're listening. I want the defensive line in general to start having better awareness. For example, you still see times where it's like they're just in that animation. Quarterback's right there. Quarterback right here. And he's still dealing with this guy. Now that we have reach tackles and all of that, which when it happens, looks beautiful. But the AI doesn't seem to play into that. Like I want to see him follow the ball. Because in real football, listen, I played on the defensive side of the ball and offense. Defensive side, we watch the ball. That lets me know where to swim, where to move, where to push to get to the ball. So that's where the pass rush seems to look like is nullified because you're still seeing that, and the quarterback is right there. However, when you cut on aggressive in the coaching adjustments, you will see more pass rush. But to me, still, it kind of goes back to what we said about just a regular player. Even regular players they know what to do. Let them get off a little more. Even if they don't get home, at least show me that they're trying to get to the quarterback.
The thing with the pass rush, it's a little bit hard to judge because I did see in Zan's game where he did change to aggressive, and I did notice a difference.
Yep.
But also, it's hard to gauge the rush if everyone is open all across the field in 2.5, 3 seconds of the snap. The rush is not going to get there because the coverage is so soft. And what's really frightening to me about this is that these are elite players playing defense like this. You know, they're playing with MUT squads, and they're showing off all the elite players to show what they can do. You got Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, Harrison Smith, Earl Thomas, Luke Kuechly out there just turning guys loose. So what are guys who are bad going to play like if the elite guys are playing like this?
But here's the thing, man. Every MUT draft I seen, they all had elite offensive lines across the board. And if you read the blocking blog,
there we go.
If you read the blocking blog, it says that an elite offensive line, ratings-wise, meeting a certain threshold, they're going to play a lot better. My question to Sim or to Lights, if you're still in the chat, is MUT drafts like that all the time, or was that how it was for y'all, just so y'all could show all the good players off?
You know what?
Is every round pretty much elites all the time? Because like 18 out of 20 rounds of every one I seen was nothing but elite.
It seemed like to me, and Lights is still in here, so he could comment. Madden Daily, by the way, if you guys don't know who that is, that's what it is. He'll probably tell you the same. I do know when we were playing MUT, you were getting great cards. Like it was, you know, I think they had it set up that way where you're gonna pull elites and things like that, because there was never a bad draft. I mean, it was even times where I was getting Chris Carter all the time, like as far as receivers or Warren Moon, you know. So I think it was set up.
The teams I saw were stacked.
Yeah. So
no, that's what I'm saying. So like you got like all these elite O linemen everywhere. In every draft, I pretty much seen an elite center.
Mm-hmm.
And they said a center add +2 to all your whole line. So like I need to see that. Pass rush is hard to gauge. The one thing I will say, the people I seen play with regular teams seem like they got more pass rush. Like I watched your game against the computer, Sam, when you played with the Raiders, I think.
Oh yeah, they was getting off.
Was that you? Yeah. The Raiders and the Broncos I both seen get off the line with no problem. And like to be honest with you, it's hard to gauge that with everything being open the way I'm seeing it. The question I have is, Sim, can you see the point that it was too hard at EA Play?
No. Absolutely
Neither
not.
can I. No, this is what I'm saying. Neither can I. Because I'm going to tell you, the first game I hopped on at EA Play was against Dubby. I hadn't played it yet. He played 7 games. Dubby dropped 350 on me, bro. So you're going to tell me the coverage is that bad? I'm not talking 350 points, 350 yards passing. Because I was doing what I knew from 17. Didn't work. And as I got to learn the coverages and that they were working the correct way, and that's what you've seen a lot of EA Play. A lot of people at EA Play were just random people that came up the street because there was an event going on.
Yes, man.
The other thing that was going on at EA Play that you saw was the people who did know how to play Madden in a certain way knew how to play Madden, and that's it. They knew the plays they seen on YouTube. They were just running the same stuff over and over, this, that, and the third. So I don't feel like all the feedback from that is necessary. Also, I seen the graph tweeted out from Rex today. I'm not under NDA. Yes, I talk to people, not giving out names. I don't give a shit anymore. Here's what I'm gonna say.
Here we go.
I seen the tweet from Rex today with the graph showing, the zones weren't really that bad. Yesterday you acknowledged there was a problem. Then today you're gonna tweet that out. Like, Rex, we cool, man. Like, I understand everything you're doing, but like with that kind of pissed me off. Because Sim, can you attest to this as well as Lights? How many 2K YouTubers were down there? Because this is counting every single person that was at the cap event.
I'm trying to think. Let's say
shake and bake.
Let's say at least 5. At least 5. Maybe more than that.
Okay. How many people were down there that you would say aren't primarily Madden players that play nonstop, that really know what they're doing?
You might be at about 10 or 11, maybe more.
How many people there know how many people that were there actually know how coverage is supposed to work?
Let's see. It was 30 of us there. So I'll say 29. No,
and by the way, y'all, I'm building to a bigger point.
Nah, I would say
the dates that you were there. What dates were they?
Last week we were there. What
dates? 2nd through the 4th, correct?
Yeah, 2nd through the 4th. Around
okay.
That time.
Who played on the 5th?
Competitive guys.
What date was not shown in that graph?
You know what? I didn't look at that, but I know I'm sure what you're trying to say is
even with that being said, even without taking the competitive players being there playing and what their game results were, it only goes up to the 2nd, which is the first day y'all were there, the first day you had hands on the game.
Right.
So how does that graph indicate anything?
I mean, I have to believe that anyone who played that knows what they're doing and we're actually doing something other than just screwing around, seeing what works and seeing what they could get away with. Because, you know, you have guys there who are just trying to see, okay, let me test how good the coverage is, and they're just throwing at it. I have to believe that when people were actually and knew what they were doing, that they were just, you know, marching up and down the field.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just saying, if you're going to say something, if you're going to admit, okay, maybe this is wrong, and we see all this feedback, and we're getting all this feedback from people who know the game. Lights Out has already, you know, came out and said it on Twitter. Zan said it. All these people that were there, y'all all sat there and said that y'all was talking to them about it. Mav came out and blasted the game on you know what I'm saying, in a video.
Yeah, he did.
Zan said it live on Twitter. All these people are saying it. And I got some devs sitting there acknowledging the problem to me before y'all even went down there, bruh.
Yeah. My theory is, man,
I'm not saying their names, but there was some people telling me beforehand, and it's not outside of that building. It's in that building. So don't sit there and try to tell me that there wasn't a problem.
Yeah, man. I really think my theory is, like I said earlier, I believe, you know, the person that I was talking to, I know he's shooting it straight. I believe that there may have been some bugs or something. I get that. But no way the bugs affected the coverage like that.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
The reason I'm so mad, I'm sorry, kid. The reason I'm so mad is because I played the game and now I'm watching it.
Right.
And it's not even close. Like, I thought maybe people were overreacting. I was hearing little things here and there from different people, a lot of different people. But I thought maybe it's an overreaction. And this is just studio monitors, bro. I got a couple pairs.
See, I wasn't there, so I didn't see it firsthand or play it firsthand. But when everyone from different factions of the Madden community, competitive, sim, casual, big YouTube channel, small YouTube channel, in between, when they're all saying the same thing, that coverage compared to Madden 17 was like night and day, you know, that has to mean something. They can't be all making it up. And then when you go from that, and then when you see that it looks arguably worse than Madden 17, to the point where everyone on Twitter is going ham, and rightfully so, then, you know, you have to ask, how did this happen? And how can it be fixed within the next 12 days to launch, or 7 days if you have EA access? How can it be dialed back? I just don't like this constant yo-yoing with the game. And, you know, in my video today, I went in on Johnny Casual. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. Yeah. I believe that to a key. I believe somewhere, someone in that building said, we're going to make Johnny Casual cry. We're going to make, you know, 12-year-old Johnny, you know, pitch a fit. We're going to make the guy who, you know, thinks he's nice rage quit.
Yep.
And not play the game. So
it's still going to happen regardless of what you do to tone it down. Right. Regardless of what they do to tone the game down. If you throw them in a game with me, Light, Zan, any of y'all here that play the game every damn day,
anyway.
What's going to happen? It doesn't matter. That's where that argument don't hold water to me.
but there's a disconnect between that mentality that I agree with and how they view their product and how it's going to be received. For some reason, somewhere along the line, that's getting lost.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. Make the game because the cream is always going to rise to the top. I'm not going to be throwing 5 INTs a game. Sucks for you if you are. Get better at it, period.
Facts. And I seen what you said yesterday. I retweeted it. You straight up said, if Johnny Casual throws 5 picks a game, let him keep throwing 5 picks a game until he figures out why. Yeah. And guess who liked that tweet?
Rex.
Thank you. Okay. So, all right.
Who's combine that here then?
But let's combine that.
That's
with as soon as Mav's video came up, who promoted that video and said, look at the negatives, and actually wrote negatives in the game in their shit when they promoted the video? Rex. So this is where I'm getting confused as shit at, is watching that yesterday to what I'm seeing publicly today. Not what I'm hearing, but what I'm seeing publicly today. And I'm not saying I spoke to Rex today, or I spoke to Clint today, or I spoke to a certain specific dev today, or any of that. I've heard from in that building, because I know more people than what those 2 devs know I know, that I've heard things. And I'm getting, it's getting really, really annoying, yo.
See, guys,
like, it's getting real annoying, bro. Like, I'm at the point now where I don't care.
Yep. And see, this, for you younger guys, here's a life lesson. This is what you call checking your homeboy, right? He told y'all he's cool with Rex, but sometimes, regardless of who it is, a real person will check somebody when they wrong. Like, hey, man, I don't quite understand that move, and that's cool. Like, it ain't like
I still don't got no problem with him neither.
Yeah, at all.
I still have no problem with him.
But that's like, what we're here for.
It's just, is he being told to change the way he's talking? Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
No,
that's the first thing that comes to my mind, because normally when you talk to Rex, if you talk to Rex on any level, as long as you're not coming at him, cussing him out, this, that, and the third, he gonna respond to you.
Exactly.
And he gonna have a conversation with you. If you meet him in person, dude is very approachable. He will have a conversation with you, and he's straight up about it. Clint is the same way.
Same way, yep.
But if you sit here and tell me that I'm watching him say one thing one day and the complete opposite less than 24 hours later, don't tell me that's him. I'm sorry. I can't hear that.
That's it.
I can't hear that. And you can, and all the people that's sitting here, and here's where they messed up with marketing. At least they should have broke down the 3 separate game modes. Because now there's people that are driving me crazy on Twitter talking about, oh, I thought the 3 game modes were basically difficulty levels. No one ever said that.
No.
Yeah. And what I tell y'all when it first came out, no one's going to read the damn blogs. No one's going to watch like interview videos. They don't do it. Because they think it's all smoke and mirrors and this, that, and the third. And it doesn't matter if they show the game, just like y'all just showed the game. The only thing that's noticeable really is I can't tell the difference which flat zone is being played, whether it's a hard flat, a soft squat. I can't tell.
Because none of them are being played.
Exactly. That's my point. They all play the same spot.
They're doing nothing.
So I can't tell. All right. So what I'm saying, though, is I got people in my timeline talking about the run game is going to break the whole game this year. Everybody I see is running nickel double A gap against 21 personnel and 22 personnel, 12 personnel. That ain't going to work. All right. I'm not even addressing that crap because it don't make no sense. And then when the people compare how live is being marketed to Madden being marketed, live is coming back. If live don't work this time, it's a wrap for them. They have to put a lot of money in the market.
Thank you. Come on.
So
man.
I understand that aspect. But at the same time, explain the shit to people. And the other thing I told people on your show the day we came back from EA Play, matter of fact, the night of when I was falling asleep on your shit, I sat there and said, people ain't going to be able to see no difference when they watch gameplay because it's a feel.
Yep.
It's a feel. And there is no external capture device that you can bring with you to capture the footage that's going to capture in HDR or 4K to show you Frostbite. But when I seen a clip of like, Yeah, lights. I bet it is fine. Your damn crazy ass spin move. You put. I need that. I need that. You need to tell me how to do that. but but nah, B. It's just yo. Like I'm so tired of it. Like I don't care no more, yo. Like for real, I really don't. Like
it's just a shame because it negated it. The coverage nerf just literally negated everything else. It just threw everything else right out the window. But I'll tell you this, though. I am happy with how the community responded. They went on a torrid, rant of complaints, but they did it in a way that was constructive. They weren't hurling F-bombs at Rex on Twitter. They voiced their displeasure, and it got his attention. That's the way it should be done. And I hope stuff like that, well, hopefully it won't be needed as much, but when these things need to be addressed, it's done like that. Express your displeasure, express why, do it in an intelligent way, and do it in a large amount of numbers that it forces their hand.
You have to do that, man. And, just to debunk a misconception, just so you guys already know, I know when. I can't tell y'all when, but it will not be day one. I explained that earlier in the show in case y'all didn't catch that. Every single game we play right now, most of the time you pop the game in and it says, oh, there's an update. That for Madden has already happened. So this fix will not be day one. It's not going to be day one. It will be very soon. I can't tell you when. I'm not allowed to tell you that because, again, some stuff is private conversation. All right? Now, I saw somebody saying, oh, it probably won't be until November. No, bro.
What the hell with that?
It's going to be.
If it ain't going to be in release, I am not playing head-to-head with those kind of zones. That ain't going to happen.
It will be soon. It will be soon. I will say that. I found out some information, guys, that I wasn't aware of.
Here's the problem with that, though.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a beef on my side right now. Matt Marcoux hadn't come out and said anything about what's sanctioned and not tournament-wise, right? They're talking about putting this patch out. We don't know exactly when. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. But let's just say it's sometime in the first 30 to 40 days.
Right.
Let's just get a general time period, maybe, hopefully, whether it's a patch or a tuna. The first sanctioned event isn't officially sanctioned, but we all know it is. It's September 2nd. So are you going to put this patch in the day before a major tournament? Like, not a major, but like...
That is way too soon. I don't see that working at all.
I'm not even going into the logistics of that being Labor Day weekend and in New York City on Labor Day weekend. I don't want to do it. I already had that conversation with the person I'm mad at about that. I don't... I already did it. That's not public. But what I'm saying is, are you going to put this patch in right before a tournament? Are you not going to patch it until after the first major? Because if this doesn't get patched before the first major, they in trouble. A lot of the competitive guys that I see going crazy over the game, y'all need to chill the hell out, bro. Like, we gonna end up losing sponsors and all that shit already. And I know I'm on here going ham, but I'm talking to y'all, and y'all know who I'm talking to. And if you got a problem with it, tell me, because you're gonna see me in person and shit. That's all I'm gonna say, yo. Like, word, go ahead. Any other questions to me, I'll answer them. But other than that, I'm done, B.
It's like I said, I can't go into the time frame, but I did find out something I believe I can share. I don't think this is, something that I can't say. I was advised that it will have to be via patch and not tuner.
That's even worse.
I asked why. I said, well, why is that? What I was advised, man, is that on the back end, basically, I'll give you the short answer. Logic is not something that can be tuned. Basically, that's what it is. If it's a logic type of thing and it's not more or less a slider type of thing, it can't be tuned via tuner update. Has to be patched. But like I said, it will be soon after launch. Can't tell y'all when, but my biggest fear is what I kept telling them. I said, yo, man, there's no way this should launch like this because you don't want that storm. Because think about it. Y'all are saying this. Guys like Kia and Relly is saying this from watching. What you think gonna happen when they play the game? come next week.
Right.
EA access, if you have access to do that.
Oh my God, I'll be going nuts.
Man,
I'll be streaming nothing but throws into traffic and seeing all the madness in its glory. Let me ask you this: when you were at EA Play, were you able to see player ratings at that event so you could kind of see if a guy was playing too well or not?
No.
Nope.
No, but you could tell the difference between players you knew were elite and weren't.
Yeah.
Which actually, Sim, I'm gonna touch on that. One of your videos, you dropped a pic, right? You were using Averill. I don't care if it's competitive or not. He does not meet the catch threshold. I don't care. That's gonna happen, and people are jumping out the window because they see some drops in competitive mode, and something like this happened in sim mode. It's a certain ratings threshold you have to meet, yo. There may be some drops, and a lot of them are in clear, wide open traffic. But your drop in your video that I seen people picking apart, you was using Cliff Averill. There's no way he meets that threshold for catch. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had some drops on competitive, and I wasn't mad at all about it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then there's people like, oh, well, this ball was overthrown and this, that, and the third. Y'all are focusing on the wrong things, yo. Like, a lot of the problems that are being brought up aren't problems. It's just stuff people are just picking out to complain about. Like, don't go flipping out about something and not even know what the hell you're talking. I seen somebody send a video to Rex yesterday that was played on arcade mode, complaining about an aggressive catch.
Yeah.
And he got,
Sim,
promptly verbally thrashed.
Yeah, he did. But Sim, straight up, if you think someone's corny as hell tweeting you something, don't send them to me, bro. That wasn't cool, bro. That dude you sent to me the other day sent me like 30 messages, bro. Like, god damn.
Oh man, my bad, brother. Because I know a lot of times, see, what happens is they say, "Hey, what about this? Was this?" I said, "Look, my man labbed a whole lot of he might be able to answer your question."
You good. I looked beforehand to see what he asked you, and it was like one thing, and I was like, I know he just set me up. So I had to look back. He got that block though. You can hold that.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. My bad. One more thing.
Yeah,
if you in this chat, if I block you, it's probably the same reason Rex would block you. I'm just letting you know now.
Some people deserve a block, man. I mean, I kind of don't now. Only reason why, especially on YouTube, because hey, y'all, it benefits me. The more y'all keep coming back to beef, thank you. I appreciate it. But it's like, at the end of the day, man, like, some of y'all are just crazy. I'm sorry.
I also like my phone battery.
And don't think I don't see. I got to say this real quick. And we've done a good job in the last couple of weeks of not referencing people. But don't think I don't see you guys that slick talk about us.
Right
but
there.
Tune in every week.
In there.
That to me is the most baffling thing in the world. Like this dude, I got to tell y'all this. I got to share this with y'all. Guy tells me the other day, he says, every time you talk about Madden, and y'all know I don't like to curse here, but I'm going to say it. The dude says, you sound like a cocksucker. So I said, So I wrote back to him. Yeah, I wrote back to him. I said, so in other words, you telling me you enjoy listening to a cocksucker?
I mean, he obviously knows what that sounds like through experience.
That's
my man.
That was my thing. Like
nothing. He had no reply. You see what I'm saying? Like, why do you? It's flattering to me, but if I really don't like somebody, I don't like what they talking about. The last thing I'm gonna do is follow every single move. Tune in every week, because we still get people to say y'all show is whack. There's no point. Yeah, but you say that every week. You're listening. I don't get it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think we beat this dead horse, but Kia.
But Kia. By the way, before if you got another point, that's cool. But like, I wanted to see what you liked that you saw.
Yeah, I was about to go there.
What I liked?
Yeah,
I liked the blocking, both run blocking and pass blocking.
Mm-hmm.
Very well done. I saw blitzes come get picked up by tackles that would have gotten free as a bird last year. Run blocking was nice. I didn't see a lot of I saw less instances of user-controlled backs getting stuck in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, part of that is because I think of the better blocking, especially in the second level. You're able to kind of weave around and make your cuts and read daylight. I like that finesse backs are actually usable, it seems. Instead of having to have a truck back, or if you're playing Mutt, have a battle ready back and having to spam the X button in order to have a chance of breaking tackles or ripping off a long run. I liked an awful lot. I didn't see a whole heck of a lot of wonkiness in the trenches or in making tackles. I didn't see a whole heck of a lot of wonkiness in wide receiver and DB action. I didn't see linebackers, user control linebackers buzzing all over the field. I saw a lot of plays where a guy was kind of caught in between two receivers and he couldn't make a play on either of them. That's great. You know, read the play. If you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, that's on you. But going back again, I got to have some backup on my teammates. If I'm going to be covering a hook zone and I play the proper depth and I cut off the intermediate route, I got to know that my deep safety is going to be behind me, getting my back on that post route or seamer. I'm seeing, you know, safeties just, you know, watching post routes and guys just running free down the middle of the field. So none of that matters until that's fixed. Other than that, I loved what I saw. But until that's fixed, it ruins the rest of the game.
Is it fair to say that pretty much everything offensively looks pretty good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, for us that was at EA Play, and you know, even including Rally and including Lights and everybody else that came back raving about the improvements, the game as a whole is still better than 17. This is what you're going to see. Let me say this, because I've seen this comment a lot too. People are saying, "Oh, it looks just like 17." Oh, God,
not at all.
What were you expecting? It's basically going to be a better 18 that's successful. I mean, better 17 that successfully got over the Frostbite. Added a few things, but we've never seen. Let's be honest. Even the mighty 2K. What did 2K14 do that was groundbreaking when they came over to next gen? No game does that. I don't understand that logic. No game in history that I can think of, I could be wrong, has come over to a new engine, cycle to the next, and completely changed. I've never seen that before. So sometimes you got to have a realistic expectation. It is an improved Madden 17, just like Light said a little while ago. They get these zones right. People like, the game is tough.
And here's the thing. I did go in because I wanted to get my point across. But now I'm going to get to the point, the things I did like, and the things that I seen that matched up with when I left EA Play. Man coverage still looked okay to me.
Yeah, it's still there.
I could see a couple people use shading, and I could see them play the inside and outside. I seen that happen. When I seen, everybody shout out to Lights if he's still in here, the Madden Daily channel. For everybody that thinks that everybody that makes ebooks hate each other, that's a lie. Y'all can get that out. Shout out to Lights. Go check out Madden Daily's channel. His video on the new juke moves. That will tell you everything you need to know about how much better they did with those.
Oh, man. They work.
Yeah, great video.
Believe that.
It really was. Target passing. If you look at Zan's and then watch Sims, you'll get a perfect idea of how it works. Zan's will give you the basics and show you how it works. And then Sim goes into what you can do for them a more advanced level.
I shouldn't even have showed y'all that, to be honest. I shouldn't even have showed you.
I gotta admit, target passing looks like something I'm gonna have to practice a lot. It looks kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to explain to people. And Zan even said this in his video, bro. Like, Zan had to cut up plays to make it work into a video. Into a video that's not 9 minutes long and him missing 300 target passes. People don't understand. Like, I've said this a million times, and I don't think they get it. you lose control of moving your quarterback in the pocket when you're using it. It's not like you can run around and do it, because if you could run around and do it, that's all you would have been seeing, bro. I love the way quarterbacks roll out. Fire. I love positional advantage still looked like it seemed like it mattered to a certain extent in certain coverages. When I watched cover 3, though, I seen the flat zones are just terrible. I didn't even know what kind of flat they were in.
Don't get me started on cover 3. And
it looked bad.
Don't get me started on match either. I wanted to pull my hair out when I saw some match covers doing some crazy things.
I'm not going to say much about match right now because I want to see what something I know is coming plays out. But offensively, it looked good. I did see a lot of kick returns. And it seemed like they were really easy too. Like, I'm not so sure if that was just people leaving their lanes when they're kicking the ball and that being the cause of it, or if the return game is just overpowered as far as blocking. I don't know. I didn't test that much to know that while I was down there, and I haven't played the latest build. So I'm put that out there. I'm just saying what I can clearly see. It's hard to gauge pass rush for myself without touching it. But I did say, and all of us said, the offensive line was really good.
Yeah.
The offensive line was really good.
Very good.
And the run plays that you see shining are the plays that really weren't in the game before.
I actually saw a shotgun counter.
That's the buck sweep I was telling you about, actually.
Welcome back, shotgun counter.
They have a buck sweep that's a counter out of trips, tight end, offset. It's wild. Yeah, exactly. And then I see everybody complaining about MUT card ratings and they look slow. You have to feel how this game plays to understand that. Like I don't like the fact that people going ham on ratings when they haven't felt this game. It's so different. And FIFA's first year on Frostbite, because I came back and played 17 right after I played 18. I came back and played FIFA 17 the day after I got back from EA Play. Madden feels better its first year on Frostbite than FIFA did.
Yeah.
Movement-wise. Not even close. FIFA don't even feel like it's on the same engine, 17 compared to Madden 18, as Madden is. So that's all I'm saying. Like, a lot of the things that you can't see in the video that makes you feel like it's the same, you won't realize until you touch the game, and you will notice it in the first 30 seconds of running around with a player. But
yeah, man.
Yeah, so I wanted to say there was good things I've seen too. And Rex, if you do watch this, I apologize if you feel like I came at you a certain way, but I had to say how I feel. I said it on Twitter, but I just want to say how I feel, because right now I kind of feel like I look stupid. Because this whole time I've been putting up with everybody saying, "Oh, you just sucking EA off and all this, that, and the third." When I came back from EA Play, nah, I said that because that's how I feel. And right now, this is how I feel. You feel me? But at the same time, don't go on Twitter and cuss out the entire development team, especially if you're a player that's being followed to be getting sponsored. Chill.
Yeah, man. And you have to feel it. Listen, that's the only way you're gonna know. That's any game. And also what he said about FIFA. Because I know, see, Relly, people going to dissect everything you said. Now they're going to look at FIFA's full player movie spectrum and then try to compare it.
I'm talking about the field.
Right. That's not what he's saying. Guys, again, if you were looking for this groundbreaking game in Madden 18, we've been telling y'all that this wasn't going to be the year. This year was all about – Rex told you himself. It was all about getting over. They invested in the long shot thing. Obviously, there were a lot of people, even within EA, that didn't necessarily want to go that route now. Hands are tied. Got to do what they got to do.
So, where the hell is Longshot anyway? Is he in? Protection? Is he in the freaking Secret Service? Where is he? We haven't seen. We don't know anything more about Longshot than we did 2 months ago.
Hey, did y'all even have access to capture that? Be real. Honestly.
No.
Or can you not say?
That's a sticky one. Let's just say I didn't.
It wasn't in the build. Gotcha.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all. I just
said
whatever. I didn't catch
I'm just going to go with that. Y'all didn't catch it. I don't care about it. So, like, whatever, man. Like, whatever.
That's all I can say. I didn't capture it. But was it there?
We couldn't capture any Madden footage.
It was there. No, he's talking about the capture event.
Oh, he's talking about that. Oh,
it was there. But
yeah, I was asking
listen to what I'm saying, guys. Sim didn't capture footage, but it was there. So maybe you'll see something. I don't know. I mean, games
YouTube.com/Madden Universe.
Games coming out soon. So at this point, who cares? But yeah. So, real quick, man, I see a guy in the chat. Listen, no disrespect, but we spent like probably an hour and a half talking about the zone. So at this point, you're going to have to go back and listen to the archive.
Hold on. I got to say something while I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Not about the zones and anything or whatever, but it's about this whole notion about CFM and monetizing it and everything else. That whole hubbub about all that and everything going on and all that. Yeah. Let me just say this real quick.
Let's talk about that real quick.
You know, it'll never be monetized. It will not be monetized. Rex already said they will get the game. They are going to focus in on it. If you listen to Sim's interview, I strongly recommend people do that are acting this way. But let me say this. You do not monetize a mode you don't monetize a game for functions. When you have FIFA, you have NHL, games in your own wheelhouse that already have all these robust features and everything else that are better than yours. And you're saying monetize it? NBA 2K, all that depth they got in there, my GM and everything. Yeah, we're going to monetize it. No, remember what happened the last time EA tried to monetize functions that we already had? Like, I forgot, it was like some kind of, they did it for NCAA and Madden. It was like some kind of scouting boost or something like that. You pay a few bucks, like $5-6 bucks. You get a scouting boost and you can recruit better areas or something like that. And it's like, no, you don't monetize that stuff. That's why, and see, that's when they started to introduce Ultimate Team back then. As you can see, Ultimate Team kept going. But that whole trying to monetize in those modes, you don't do that crap. You innovate. That's what you do. You innovate. You see what NCAA did, right? They innovated, Coach Carousel, gave those coaches abilities and stuff. People went in and customized the rosters and named the coaches and gave them the abilities and stuff. That's the stuff. That's what you do. The stuff Deuce Douglas put out, that stuff you do. Ain't a dang thing in there monetized. What the heck you think you need to pay to play some dang on franchise for? What the heck for?
I need one explanation from Smitty before this keeps going, because it's in my head right now.
Yeah.
Are you just saying they shouldn't monetize in order for them to build it? Or are you saying they shouldn't put anything that you have to pay for it all in there and it just be your choice?
Yeah.
Because what I'm asking, let me be clear about it.
Yeah.
NCAA 14 Dynasty. I played Dynasty a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The few things that they had in there didn't give you that much of an advantage, and you really didn't need them to be successful. So if those were there, would that make you not want to play CFM? I agree that shouldn't be what makes them build CFM up. I'm just asking if it was similar to that, would that bother you?
It would. Honestly, it would, because people see, this is the whole thing. People are mainly bringing it up because of what's happening with MUT. But the thing that I always combat against that with, and I always question those people that act that way, is, well, what idea do you have to parallel what's happening with MUT? Because all people talk about are these cards, and they talk about, oh, well, they keep updating MUT, and they put this in, and they did that. And it's like, so what's supposed to happen with CFM when you're in the middle of your franchise? What are they supposed to do? Like, what are they supposed to all of a sudden do out of the clear blue sky and just drop out of nowhere and say, hey, we updated it with this? But see, the reason why you see so many people going in like this about it is because CFM is so shallow. And that's why if CFM was robust, like,
no, that's what I was
robust,
asking.
It'd be all
that's
right.
what I was asking. That's exactly what I'm asking. If they fix it, if they get it to where you want it first, and things like that were in it, would it bother you if it doesn't really affect your experience one way or another? It could just give you a boost.
Nah, it don't bother me. Because if it's my choice, hey, it is.
If it's your choice, like NCAA 14, that's what I'm asking. Like,
as long
like
as the
that.
game is, again, using Deuce as the example, because I see he's in here. Shout outs, what up, Deuce? If every single item that he has, I mean, we talking years of work, but if every single item from his list is in the game, then they got these special things that you can choose to pay for. Why would I have a problem with that?
No,
I mean,
yeah. That's
no,
yeah,
right,
like
right,
that, yeah.
right. Because I don't disagree that in you saying that, oh, you shouldn't monetize it just to build it. They should build it regardless. And I'm not even a big CFM dude. Y'all know this. And there are competitive players that play Sim. I'm in CFM for a lot of y'all that don't know.
Oh yeah,
There's
do.
already
Yeah.
They had a $300 tournament for Madden 18 sell out in 4 hours the other day. Like all 32 teams, $300 a team, sold out in a couple hours. So it's not just that side. I'm just not a big CFM person. I was just asking to get an understanding where this is coming from. Because shout out to Derek. I kind of got thrown into his argument the other day and inherited beef.
Ooh,
and he had to clear it up. He had to clean it up for me.
Ooh,
I was like, yo, how'd I get in this, big?
I gotta say this, and I definitely want to hear Kia's thoughts too. But listen, if we're gonna be a community that I'm just talking Madden players, you know, including Relly, us, like regardless of what crowd you're in, all of us really want the best game possible. So if we're gonna be this close-knit movement, we gotta say when things ain't right. I just gotta give my piece. When I saw the conversation, and I've said this before to PX1, I was like, look, man, I don't agree with that. Because his narrative is, in order for CFM to build up, they're gonna have to monetize it. No. Now, let me stop some people who might jump in the chat. You ain't gotta bash the man for that. That's his idea. That's his opinion. But some of the stuff he was getting, I was like, come on, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, we can agree without having to go into all that kind of mess.
Yeah,
I mean, I still see comments about, you know, trying to pit competitive against simulation gamers, and you know, don't be commenting on competitive if you're a sim gamer, and all that kind of nonsense. We all want the game to play as tight as possible and to be as, you know, good as it can possibly be, and be a game that allows the best player the best chance to win. I mean, all this nonsense about, you know, that kind of stuff, we need to kill that.
Yeah, man, because at the end of the day, that's one man's opinion. You know, it just one man's opinion. Now, the reason why I don't agree is very simple. Smitty said it. Your own wheelhouse does it. You've built out these beautiful like career modes in some of your own games. NBA 2K with all of the My League stuff, My GM, they ain't making you pay for it. No, Madden 05, those days are some of the best games that we all refer to as far as the depth, the Tony Bruno show and all that. You ain't pay for it. So don't give me head coach. You know, don't give me that it must be monetized in order to build on it. Nah, not when all this competition is doing it. I will never agree with that.
Just give guys stuff to do. That's all you gotta do.
I'm playing devil's advocate here because I know all three of y'all agree. So like I'm trying to, you know.
Yeah, I got you.
Because I actually asked. I asked him. And I really think that he believes that the only way that EA is going to invest in CFM is because of that. I don't agree with that stance. But at the same time, I don't think everybody and their mother should get in like a 300 post thing and go ham on them. Now, if one person attacks you and you attack them back, whatever. You feel me? But like my thing is, if he was just referencing what I brought up to Smitty, I could see that not being a big deal. I could see them making some extra money off of that. I don't see that being the reason why they would build CFM though.
Yeah. And
I see the reason of them building CFM being they don't have to worry about transferring everything to Frostbite. They don't have to worry about rushing out Longshot a year early. They don't have to worry about all this other nonsense. I mean, Mutt, the only thing that really kind of got staged towards specifically Mutt was the Draft Champions UI, the interface.
Mm-hmm.
There really wasn't like, and that's what I keep hearing everybody say, oh, they're turning everything towards Mutt. There hadn't been that many big changes in Mutt. There really hadn't. Like, there's not big, robust features being added to Ultimate Team.
Really?
There's not.
Say that again, because I've told people this and they don't believe me.
I just want to know where that's at. I just want to know where that's at. Like, where is it at?
Oh,
the card art looks different. It's the same mode. They changed Draft Champions to Mutt Champions. It's the same mode.
And they just keep on recycling available players. The players that are available in the player pool, the legends mostly, they seem to be recycled from past games. You don't see anyone new in there that hasn't been in there before.
Well, they're essentially just doing a ratings update every week, just same way they update the regular game.
Mm-hmm.
Just with the players that played well, and they give them a new card with a different picture on the front. Like, I don't understand. There's not a lot of development going on with that part, except for the new interface they gave them. The same way about, hey, Sim, would you say that the new interface is about the same as y'all getting the new draft board? About the same amount of development work?
Ooh.
Close to it as far as impact on the game.
Yeah, probably. And honestly, impact on the game is
y'all's draft board is probably a bigger impact. Right?
As much as I hate to say it, because oh God, don't get me started on the lackluster draft board. I knew it was coming that way. But it probably makes more of an impact because it actually does a function. That's nowhere close to what I want, but yeah.
I've just wanted to have that answer for a long time because no one's really explained to me what these big jumps in Mutt have been, the actual mode. Because to me, it looks like most of their focus has just been gameplay. That's what it looks like. And really, you can't fix any mode until you fix the game.
Gotta fix the game, man. But I've been saying that. Mutt, I mean, y'all actually, and I talk about those who always say all they care about is Mutt. You actually letting them off the hook by having the narrative that all they're doing is developing Mutt. They ain't doing much.
Sim, look at the chat and look at what right under Neff, Buckeye Boy. EA got $1 billion budget for Mutt for Madden, and they want more. I don't want to pay for Mutt, and they don't ask for CFM. But here's the thing: what does that have to do with Mutt as far as development? Right. Like, because I keep seeing that. Like, what does that have to do with development?
Very good question. I don't.
Can someone explain that to me? Because I don't see it.
Now, I will say this: there's things that they've done to Mutt that I want in CFM, like the chemistries, and there's more skill differences as far as like what guys can do, the big hitter, and different traits. But you're right. As far as pure development, I've been saying this for the last 3 years. It's not like they're spending a year on Mutt. So we are actually giving them a pass by saying, oh, y'all put all y'all time in Mutt and CFM. Nah, because if that's the case, what are they really doing? That little bit of stuff that they're doing, you should be able to do that little bit in CFM.
I want to correct something too, because like I'm reading the chat. I've been reading it the whole time. I'm not blaming everything that changed on Rex. All right?
Oh,
that's not what I said. That's not what I said, yo. I'm not blaming everything that happened on Rex. I'm not blaming everything that happened on anybody. I'm just saying it shouldn't have happened in that manner. And I did not like the way things played out over the past couple days.
Right.
If I seem like I'm a little more angry and on edge than usual, I kind of am. Sim, you remember me texting you earlier.
Oh, boy.
I had some stuff happen. I had some shit happen today, all right?
Let's read it. No, I'm just joking.
Nah, I'm just saying. I had some stuff go down today. All right, so I don't got time to play today. I'm just gonna tell you how I feel. You feel me? And that's how I am normally, but normally I have a more clear thought process in the way I say it.
And here's the thing, too, man.
So that's all I'm gonna say.
Relly said something that I want everybody to take note to. How do you think we feel? Him, me, Smitty, Lights, all of us. Like, this is the thing that we have to deal with year after year. Because I told Rex this straight up. I said, man, I understand what's happening, but y'all got to understand how you put us in a compromising position. We are looked to be the liaisons of the community or the voice. So when you hear me say, man, it's like this, it's like that, it's like that, and then when you see it, it ain't the same way, then you got me trying to at least keep y'all at bay, like, nah, man, that's not what it just makes us look crazy. That part, I'm sick and tired of that. It's just like last year when, how many years have y'all heard us say, yo, man, when I was down there in June, play better than this. That has to stop. That, and up until Madden 18, the last couple years, it's been the same game that we played during the cycle and got better. Because Smitty knows we've been through this. Yeah.
17 was the same on launch day, bro.
No. At launch day it was. They changed it. I'm talking about from the cycle. All right. Yeah, like from
all right. Yeah. I was like, yo, hold up.
17 was like 5 different games at one point.
Right. Well, I'm talking about you hear me and Smitty and Azure say, yo, how is the game going to launch? So we're talking about like months before, through the midpoint of the cycle, through close to the end, through E3, then launch. For the last 2 years, the game has launched the same or better than it did before the close of the cycle. 17, however, like you said, wow, what a cycle that game went through from launch to holiday to the next patch to the last patch. Craziness. But even with 18, man, I think this one was the worst because there were so many different people at EA Play, all these different communities, and we all was singing this on the same accord. We all was like, yo, defense. I mean, I heard guys like Relly even say, I'm gonna have to figure out some stuff. Like, I got to figure out what's gonna work.
Yeah, because like it came down to like I was having to run actual levels concepts. I was having to run dual concepts on each side of the field. If just in case you were in this coverage or if you were in this coverage, I had to do different things. So it was like, okay, this is a much more thinking type game. Now, am I saying that they lied to you saying that there was probably a bug somewhere with the coverage? There might have been. I mean, we played it for 2 days down there. Like, I mean, could there have been something that was messing up that was terrible? That was like overpowered and not supposed to be doing something? Yes. Especially, I'm assuming the dev that you're talking about when that told you that.
Yeah.
I'm just making the assumption. And if I'm right, then he's probably telling the truth.
He's telling the truth. We know that.
Because he knows what the hell he's talking about when it comes to that.
Right.
But as far as the coverage down there compared to now, I came out and the first thing I said was this game is so much better, player movement and coverage. Kept saying it over and over and over. And at the end of the day, a lot of people in this chat don't like what I quote unquote stand for because there's a stigma around competitive players or people who make ebooks or this, that, and the third. I want the best football game possible. And one of the things that I'm not going to have is myself looking like a liar to the people that look to me.
Absolutely.
If you look to me for a certain thing, I'm going to tell you the truth. Like, I might not answer every single person. My Twitter handle is exactly what it says right there, bro, at Madden Universe. But I might not say the exact same. I might not answer every single person that asks me a question because, like, I get 50 DMs a day. I get all this other stuff. But I see it. So now if I take that on the scale of the amount of followers I have or the amount of people who get sent to ask me a question from someone else and put that on a developer scale and think how the hell do they keep up with all these tweets and answer every single person? It's not possible. So just because you don't see your problem being answered directly to you doesn't mean that it hasn't been seen. They're just counting the same people saying the same thing over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're not going to sit there and tell me that this is how the game's going to be. I play it. I tell everybody this is great and then make me look like an ass. It ain't, I can't let that happen.
Can't do that. Right.
Well, let me say this as well, because like looking at the comments, and this is something that we also, you know, just saying the PX, saying the sim community isn't very vocal as a whole, and there's a lot more interactivity out of the MUT crowd versus CFM. The thing that I will say about that is that if you're dropping cards and stuff like that, you know, like people get excited off of getting a particular card. How many people get amped up over a trade transaction? How many people get amped up about, oh man, I scouted this new pick, y'all. Hey man, I got this scouting video. Just y'all wait for that. Like it's not about getting amped. It's about the devil in the details, basically, like what NFL head coach gave. It's all about just having that detail, all that detailed stuff. Like you go to daddy leagues and these other, like there are numerous people that have leagues of their own. Heck, just like our Sim Standard League. Our interactivity is not something that you will see blasted on social media like that all day, every day. It's something you're going to see within the group. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, we amped up because of what's going on in the group.
This is the best card on the market right here, ain't it, Smitty? This is the
I'm going to tell you right now.
What the sim community is. The sim community's problem is that they get way too caught up in these micro, minute flaws of things like, oh, the defensive tackle clipped into the offensive lineman and he didn't fall over, and, you know, the grass stain on the person's pants isn't as bright and robust as it should be.
The hue is wrong.
Exactly. You know, stuff like that. They get way too caught up on things that don't matter. I don't give a damn about a micro flaw pertaining to a way a player moves when I'm seeing 3 wide open receivers at the jump of the snap.
Facts.
When they do stuff like that, they come across as pathological, neurotic freaks.
Yep.
And what they don't understand is that gets tuned right the hell out.
Facts. And here's a problem that happens in both communities. Yep. And yes, I'm gonna say your name. New Breed. Sim is about real football. Mud is about every day is Christmas. Bruh. The sim community is not the only community that knows football. Half the sim community don't know football. Half the comp community don't know football. Yep. Half the time when y'all come at me with some bullshit, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Half the time the competitive community goes off on something, they don't know what they talking about. So please.
Facts, dog. And listen, hey, that is the truth. And it ain't just, you know, just talking about you. He's speaking to you, but what I'm saying is I see this all the time.
I'm talking about as a whole. I'm talking about as a whole.
I see this all the time. I see it all the time, man. It's like, come on. A lot of these, trust me, high-level guys, they know football. If they didn't know football, okay, if they didn't know football, why is it that Lights and Zan were some of the most vocal about the problems that they noticed right away? That wasn't no Madden thing. They could tell you exactly what's supposed to happen in cover 3, cover 4, you know, leverage, man coverage. They know all of that. They know football. So y'all got to stop putting these people in a box. I mean, you see a guy like Voltarex, and then you'll say, oh, these guys, you can't do that. Because just like my man said, there is a ton of people who claim to be sim, and they have no clue how some real football fundamentals work. I have seen that. So we got to stop doing that, man.
And that's the other thing, too. When I sit there and talk about something working or not working, I'm not about to sit there and break it down in full-on football terminology, because 99.9% of the community is going to have no clue what the hell I'm talking about. Because you see, all right, any conversation that Coach Color, CC, or DSK get involved in. How many people actually understand what the hell they're saying to them?
They have no idea.
That's my point. But or Kia.
Yeah.
Or Kia. But Kia will break it down in the normal talk. Right?
Kia be dumbing it down.
But if I'm,
I know
but if I'm trying to sit there and show somebody how something works and teach them, do I start off with the 301 class or the 101 class?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I mean? Do I start off in the 3,000 levels or the 1,000? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And I see what you're saying. The sim community is supposed to be about bringing realistic football experience to a video game. Since Madden Bible was broadcasting, the competitive community has been asking for a more realistic football game.
Yes, they have.
And Madden Bible hasn't been around since Madden 12 before they went to Prima.
Yep.
Like, come on, bro. All this holier than thou thing between the two communities is getting ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, it's gotten old.
It's gotten very old. My man Farrell said it best to me 4 or 5 years ago. He said, Sim, honestly, the game should not let me do this. Him and Gibbs used to say, man, and you talking about going at the devs. Everything they do, they say, that's just a Band-Aid. They still ain't fixed the same problem from Madden 12. They fixed this, and now Madden 13 has a leak. They put another Band-Aid on that, and here comes that problem from Madden 11. Oh, God. Y'all just have no idea. Y'all have no idea. Those guys know their stuff. So stop, like Kia said, that stuff is old, man. Let's stop doing that. Again, the power is in numbers. And I'm so glad that it's the competitive crowd, mostly, that's going to rip these zones. Because we all going to be in unison for about what? First launch day or whatever. We all going to be marching in the same beat. This is what we need. This is what we need. So I'm actually happy in a sense.
Everybody in this chat, if you have a way to capture, run anything with a streak in a deep corner to the sideline on the same sideline over and over and over and just mail the shit out of it to Rex and them.
Can you imagine the Voltrax Masters total control passing?
Ooh.
With this defense right now?
Yikes.
I already, with it the way it is now.
And the way it is right now?
He might put up with 100 points a game.
Yeah. With the way it looks now, you don't really even have to master it that much, to be honest with you. But that's another topic.
Yo.
Hey, Sim, I want to ask you too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did that second icon that they added since EA Play distract you?
Y'all know I keep it 100. It did at
first. That shit looks distracting as hell to me.
It will. I'm gonna tell you right now. For people like us who played it, when you first play it, it's gonna mess with you. It ain't take me long though, because what I realized, here's a tip, and I don't know if I said this in the tutorial, but always remember that orange thing is basically where the receiver is running to if you're not using target passing. Think of it like that. Don't even look at it. But it will distract you. I'm gonna tell you right now. Because
why is it there though?
Again, man, I think it just my thinking. I didn't confirm it. I think it's wait a minute.
Oh yeah, problems been very vocal, Kevin.
Yeah, I did confirm it actually. I'm bugging. I did ask that question, and it was because some people, again, sometimes within the building, they didn't feel like it. They felt it was a little too hard, so they feel like for casuals, it'd be easier for them to know where they're supposed to guide the ball. Yeah,
but that wouldn't be why you would use it.
Very, very true.
You would use it to throw them away from coverage, not into the same spot they're running to.
You know that.
Because the only thing, because as of EA Play, the only thing that they were supposed to add to that, from what I was told, and a lot of people were told, Christian was talking about it openly, was the height, which I agree should be there. You know what I'm saying? That height meter needs to be there. But like that other thing just looks distraction. And then the other thing I wanted to address to people too, because like I keep getting this question. On defense, the little thing that shows you who the user, if you know how to use it, you're turning that shit off immediately. Trust me, it's not going to make somebody that has
at all. Yeah, that can go. That can go away.
It's not going to make someone that's terrible good at it. I'm just letting you know now.
Let me ask you this about the passing. If you don't activate the total control passing, is it basically last year's passing system?
Yeah. It's basically if you don't pull in the trick, and again, man, that's a little tidbit I missed in the tutorial. But if you don't pull left trigger or L2, it's regular passing, like normal. And you can probably see that in gameplay, because if y'all notice the interceptions I threw, every time it was mainly me trying to use target passing. Only one was successful that y'all saw. I think in the Raiders Broncos one, I steered Amari Cooper inside, beautiful pass. But the rest of them, the Dallas game, pick. So if you don't cut it on, it's normal passing. Everything works normal. But here's another thing, in case y'all missed it in the tutorial. The body relative. Yeah, I know. I'm speaking crazy right now. Tutorial. The body relative throw is if you're not using target passing, this is very important to remember. It's now on L1 or LB. You hold it, press up for high, down for low. You no longer have to use both buttons. When you have target passing activated, it's a tap. You tap LB the first time or L1 the first time, it's high point. Second tap, low point. Third tap, back to neutral. It defaults to neutral. But I can promise you that that's going to throw some people off at first, because, again, like my man Relly said, this is a skill mechanic. Because if they get them zones back right, yeah, okay, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck using it. But it's supposed to be that way. To me, I feel like that I was looking forward to, I think I even told you this. So I know I probably told Lights this. I was looking forward to watching Madden tourneys with the skillful guys using target passing with the new zone coverage. I was looking forward to that. I was like, yo, I can't wait to see who's going to master this thing.
I'm trying to figure out what situation it would be best to be used. I don't see it being something where you can make a progression read based off of, how it works, and, you have bullets flying at you and all that. The way I see it, based off of what I've seen, is that I only see myself using that for streaks and comeback routes. To either throw the ball low and away or high and away when the corner is either ahead of my receiver or behind, leading it to the back of the end zone. I don't see myself using it for, post routes and leading them into a safety or underneath. I can do that normally. I can only see it being used for me, at least, on outside of breaking routes.
O-line fake.
Well, see, this is when it was at EA Play, at least. The coverage was different. But at EA Play, when we was doing it, like, I was throwing it on slants and drags and everything, let alone like the flag routes and things like that, because the coverage was tighter. So it's like they're playing it tight. So it made me feel like, okay, I can use the regular control in some cases, but let me do this personal placement, because, the way the defender was on them, I can only put it in this spot. Either my receiver's getting it or nobody's getting it. And those are those instances that I like. I picked my receiver. I knew what route he was going to go to. If it was covered, I'll throw it away unless I got another option. But if I can legitimately throw it to him, I'll move the cursor toward the sideline and throw it to him, and then I'll do a control rat catch, and then turn up the sideline with it and see if I get more yards. Same thing with doing the slant as well. I put it over the top, over the shoulder, put it over the top into an open space. If there's an open gap in the zone, I throw it right there. But that's why the secondary play was so much better, because when you had the secondary zone play that much better, they paid attention to what it was you were doing. So sometimes the safety would crash down on what it is you're trying to do. So it's like I'll throw it, and I would forget, oh, man, because they were making that beat on the ball like that.
Yeah, boy.
And that's why now, looking at the footage, you ain't seeing all that. That's why we were like, yo, this control, you're going to have to pick your poison when using that pass control, because it's not going to be just open and you can just do whatever the heck you want. It's not going to work that way. But that's what makes it so upsetting to see what happened, man, because it was tight.
I'm not having this argument with y'all in the chat. I'm not doing it.
Don't even do it.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You don't even know the point I'm making. I'm not doing it.
It's just like Imav told me today, man. We talked offline, and he was like, he said, man, we both kind of fell into it a little bit yesterday. He was like, but let's not even respond to. He said, a lot of times these people already got their mind made. If they don't like something you're doing, they think you're this, they think you're that, they think their perception is already sold. It's the same reason why.
Yo, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did not say any. The word glitch and the word money play never left my fucking mouth, bro.
Ooh, wait.
Oh, this escalated.
Nah, man, don't entertain them. Just like
I'm getting tired. Y'all little troll dudes that ain't got no Avi next to your name, just a letter or a blank shit. Get off my nuts, B.
What up, Chappie? See Chappie in here.
Oh, chat.
But man, don't entertain it, man. I know it takes a level of restraint, but don't. Whatever.
Nah, I've been restraining for 2 days, bro. You done seen it. I done chill.
I got you, man. But man, guys, we sorry we didn't get to the other topics. I don't think we're gonna be able to get to them. You know, we can still stay on here for a few minutes, but we're not really gonna be able to get into the live thing. I know some of you guys want to talk about CFM blog. We don't really have time to dive into that.
They ain't really not. I mean, honestly,
CFM blog
anything to dive into, man.
A waste of time, really. To be honest with you,
there's nothing really to dive into with that. We knew it was going to be skinny. That's the whole point. Once again, if you listen to the interviews, you would already know that. So, you know, it is what it is with CFM. We got draft board. That's pretty much the big thing, and that's it. So
I can tell you this. Y'all know every now and then I try to throw a small nugget. This is gonna be a super small nugget. CFM on the radar. You'll see.
Fuck. Hey, know what? I so much don't care today. I have no NDA. Y'all getting attention. I promise you.
It's on the radar.
A lot.
It's on the radar. That's all. You know. That's all I'll say.
It might not be this year, but to be honest with you, anything outside of minor improvements, other than Frostbite, were not a big thing on the radar except fixing the shit that was broke.
That's it. And it's crazy, man, because you heard what he just said. Rex said the same thing. And again, he told you, listen, man, this was here's the funny thing about Rex. Rex very strategically walks you down the line. See, what I do, we're kind of like what Lob City used to be. You know, I'm the Chris Paul of the interview, and Rex is the Blake Griffin, so to speak. I always know what to throw him to allow him to give you just enough. He basically, what did he say verbatim? For the first time, you know, we were able to this year take a team and go after legacy bugs. What he really told y'all was, listen, Longshot, Frostbite is taking a lot of resources. This is what we can do with gameplay. We can throw a few new things in there. We got some stuff in there, but this is really all we can do. Just fix shit. And there you
I'm sorry, I didn't know I wasn't muted. I'm sure my face popped up. But this is what I'm talking about. I basically admitted Madden 18 is a fucking patch update of Madden 8-17. That is not what I said. Like, man, B, have you been here this whole time?
Don't worry about it, bro. I'm telling you. Yo, don't respond.
Hey,
y'all working my nerves.
Hey, man, real talk. You let it roll off. You let it roll off your back. You let it roll off your back, man. You good, dude. We've been dealing with it for years, man. That's the whole thing. Man. Let it, it's better when you don't respond.
Their mind is made. That there is nothing you say that's gonna change it. They gonna put words in your mouth.
New breed, you good. You just ended up catching some shit that's been going on for the past 3 days. I've been holding in, bro. That's all.
Crazy.
A lot of people catching some shit. And the people that really get on my nerves is people that's gonna see me in person. Keep that same energy, B.
Oh yeah. No, you know what? I'm gonna chime in. I'm gonna chime in on that. I meant to say this earlier. I might not see some of the people here in person, but I need y'all to keep the same energy when you come on the show. Because I see you outside of the show talking slick. I need you to be the same way here.
Yeah. Oh, no, you know that ain't going to happen.
You're a super fan when you hear. Homie, that is lame. I come from a different era, dog. That is lame. That is the most. If you're doing that in social media, I can imagine what your real life is like. Come on, man. My cats is lame. I mean, I see myself getting dragged through the mud, and then when they come here, I'm looking right at some of y'all tonight. Oh, hey Sam, dog. Wow. Why? I don't know dudes like that. I'm just saying. I ain't grow up around that. We don't get down that way where I'm from.
That's what I'm saying, son. Like a lot of y'all gonna see me this year. And y'all know who I'm talking to. And this ain't the Sim community. A lot of y'all gonna see me this year. Keep that energy. Don't try to bring that energy. Don't try to not have that energy in the hotel. Don't try to not have that energy in the hotel and then try to have that energy when we get to the stage, B.
Man, this is funny. See, really challenging y'all to something else.
Right.
I ain't even challenging y'all. I'm just being real. Don't do that.
He said, "Had that same energy."
And the people know who I'm talking to too, because you was in my DM. So don't go speculating who I'm talking to and tagging this person and saying I was talking about them. The people I'm talking to know I'm talking to them.
Yo, facts. Yo, Maku, Rex, anybody else who invite me to that event, I need to be there for that one.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that at the major. I ain't gonna do that at no major.
No,
that's gonna see me in the street, B.
That's why I'm coming.
They're gonna bump into me. Keep that same energy.
Man.
If you don't got that energy, I'm gonna laugh at you and keep walking. I'm not gonna shake your hand. It happened to people in EA Play this year. Y'all didn't have the same energy at EA Play. I didn't shake your hand. I just looked at you like you was stupid because you a clown. Don't do that.
No, I gotta come to that joint, man. I gotta keep you out the clank, man. I gotta be there to hold you down. Don't do it. Don't do it to them. They ain't worth it. Wow, yo, this what a show.
And you said my fault too.
No, you good.
I didn't let that out.
You good.
There's a lot of people in here that don't actually got names in here. So one of them might be up in here or watching it. You know what I'm saying? It's
live. This is what we do. This is a live show. Do your thing. I don't censor nobody. Do your thing. Well, man, what a night, man. Listen, next week, we're going to be back at it. I know if you can make it, Kia, we'd be happy to have you next week. Some of you other guys. Let's do this, man. We can have, I think, a total of, 8 in the Hangout? I definitely want to get Relly on because Relly played the game at EA Play. We definitely
Stevie, it's not about the game, bro. People take stuff past the game. When you talk about my kids, bro, and it's someone that's gonna see me,
that's stupid.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. See, I'm with you on that one. Chill out with that. Because listen, I don't know technically, really personally. We did meet, and the chemistry, I can already tell. We from a certain creed, man. We grew up the same way. And we grown men at the end of the day, but how we was raised, and I'm telling you, I noticed from him, you can't just do that. Because I've been in that situation where cats barking, I see him in person, I'm like, yo, what's good? And I ask him straight up, we can talk or you need 5 minutes. And most people understand what that 5 minutes mean. If you need that, let's do that. Or when you just want to talk. And most of the time it's, nah, man, exactly. I knew that. I knew that's what you was gonna say. Go ahead.
Nah, if it was somebody coming at me about my view of the game or saying I'm an idiot, this, that, and the third, I don't care. That I don't care about. Don't come saying something about my kids and then try to look me in my eyes and laugh at me and smile. Don't do that. And I'm actually talking to one person. I'm just putting everybody in the same notice. That one person knows who I'm talking to.
Yo, fam, you can get that 5 if you want it. If you want it, you can have it.
And then DM me and say you're going to fuck me up. Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you right now, though, if anything like that happen, listen, I ain't getting into it over no video game. I'm just waiting for you to disrespect me personally. But even at the end of the day, I ain't even going to let social media take me away from my family. So you better believe, if it's going to go down like that, it need to go down, and it need to just be that.
That's why I said don't bring that energy at a tournament.
Yeah.
when you see me outside of the tournament, have that energy. Because I'm not about to mess up the whole competitive community over one person being dumb and wanting to start something at an event. That's not what I'm saying. So anybody who took it that way, that's not what I'm saying. And no, Shadevron, it wasn't over Madden. It was over something that it correlated from a conversation about Madden, but it's someone that knows me.
Yeah.
You feel me?
It gets real, man. I'll say that. And
it's someone that knows me.
It's some
and they
of the
say
people,
something about my kids. So
yeah. Some of the people here in the chat, let's be real. There's been people here that we haven't seen eye to eye all the time, but it's just talk. But we talking about other stuff. I've had people go there, and I'm like, look, bro, that's your opinion. This is mine. Go the other way. Chill. This is just video games. You don't know me. I don't know you. Then they keep digging. And one of these people I saw in person, and it won't none of that. So it just let me know that, dog, you ain't about nothing, because that ain't how we get down. If I got a problem with you, you're gonna see me. But at the end of the day, let's be real. And I probably can speak for Relly. Ain't nobody. We're not sitting here trying to be tough. You think I wanna get in a fist fight at this stage of my life?
Nah, exactly. And that's the thing too. Like I ain't addressed it, and like today I'm just in that mood where like it got to the point where I'm ready. I just had to address it.
Yeah.
After this, you won't hear me. We cool. Like I'm cool with everybody. But me and Chappie, how long you been talking to me on and off? Me and Chappie ain't tight like that. But Chappie knows my demeanor. This ain't my demeanor. This ain't my normal demeanor.
Yeah, that's all it is, man. The only reason why
I'm even wilding on everybody.
The only reason why I'm even in this space is because I've been through what he's been through, and we're just saying, listen, bro, we grown men. Cats got kids. Cats got wives. Cats got lives. Ain't nobody trying to get in no fist fight over some video game. But what we're saying to you is you ain't gonna disrespect nobody. I'm just not no guy that play games. Y'all don't know me. You don't know my past. I'm not no sucker. I'm just letting you know that. So you're not gonna play me to the left like that and say something crazy right here and I don't address it. That's just my character. And most of the time when I address people like, yo, what's good? And I ain't saying they soft, but they usually be like, nah, man, okay. Then keep it like that. Don't talk crazy elsewhere then. That's all we saying. Because I ain't about to get locked up over nothing stupid. I'm sorry. I ain't trying to.
Exactly. Like I'm not sitting here saying that I'm gonna go look for trolls and this, that, and the third. That's not what I'm saying. I just done got to the point where like one person done took it there. And I just want to address that before other people start thinking that that's cool.
That's all. Yeah, guys. So hey,
that's all.
What a nice turn.
And to also clear this up to anybody at EA that might watch this, I'm not saying I'm gonna come mess y'all event up. Just you know what it is. If you want to talk to me about it, we can have that conversation. But I ain't gonna tell you who it was. Just know that.
That's all, guys. We're guys. We're men, man. Everybody, come on. Everybody has buttons. So all right, man. I guess we could go ahead and round this out. I wanted to say one last thing, and then I'm gonna throw it to Kia, and then throw it to Relly as well. Let them close, and then me and Smitty. I wanted to comment on. Oh yeah, you say he's from Jersey. I want to comment on one thing Neff said a while back here in the chat. Neff said that he basically was saying Longshot, and he equated it to being a female, right? I'm gonna give y'all the exact facts of what Longshot is. Longshot is like this dime that you see, right? Everything's vibing. She already letting you know, listen, we gonna get down. Go to the crib, y'all do y'all thing, and that's it. You don't talk to her no more. She don't call you, you don't call her, right? Me as a CFM guy, I would say what I wanted from CFM, I'll take that bad 8-piece. That is around for a long time, and is I could get back at it again and again and again and again. She cooking me meals. That's how we feel about the CFM comparison to Longshot. When you play it, you're gonna be like, "Whoa, this is incredible. It has some potential." But it's over. It's a linear story. So, like I said, y'all know I like to use scenarios that men can relate to. That's like this. I mean, this gorgeous person, and all she tells you right up front. Listen, we're gonna get down, but that's it. And you know, at the end, you like, oh man, I can't call you or nothing. That's Longshot. And that's, to me, is like, that's the reason why I didn't want that this year. Because it's a quick bang and it's out of there. And that's how y'all gonna feel. So I'm telling you that because I don't want everybody to go into it with these, because I see a lot of these preconceived notions like, oh, it was a waste of time. Y'all don't even have any idea. Just take a look at it. If it ain't for you, it ain't. But I'm telling you, the story itself, great. It's just, to me, it doesn't have replay value. But you know, you'll see. You'll see for yourself. But man, one last thing before I throw it to Kia. Shout outs to Erlacker51. Somehow I missed it. I believe he gave a donation as well. Shouts to you. Quaface gave another one. So man, you guys have been very special, very special tonight, man. This has been a great show. But Kia, man,
y'all, hey, my bad too. The reason that y'all probably missed the donation is because I was going off in left field, and I apologize for that.
It's all good, man. But man, Kia, man, you got any last words? I mean, I don't think we've ever had you on here for this long.
Longshot, I suppose I'm going to be forced to try it because I'm not going to be playing online until the coverage is fixed. So it's either play Longshot or play the CPU until, you know, that happens. Not my cup of tea usually, but I'll give it a shot. I don't really care one way or the other. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, then, you know, I won't play it again. Fix the coverage and we're cooking with gas. I really think so. Everything else I really liked a lot. I didn't see anything that jumped out to me as looking overpowered or being a big problem. Fix the coverage. I think we have a balanced game until, of course, the community finds something and we have to get the game patched or tuned or what have you. But yeah, whatever y'all did there, Rex, fix it, please.
Yeah, he said he got us. He mentioned it here on Twitter just about 30 minutes ago with the meme with the point saying, I got you.
He watching right now.
Oh, yeah. Rex always in here. Rex always listening, man. Really, man, what you got for us real quick?
First of all, I just want to say, Sim or Smitty or Kia or anybody in this chat, if you felt any kind of way about me saying what I said in here, I apologize. I got a message while I was in this thing, and that just went off. You feel what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I apologize if you feel like I disrespected your platform. And anybody else who feels that way. I'm saying you might not, but I just want to make it known that if you feel that way, I apologize because that wasn't the intent. As far as the game's concerned, Longshot, am I like super excited to play it? Not really. But I have been in GameStop. I got kids, like I said. I done bring my kids in GameStop. I've seen people buy the game because of Longshot. Not gonna lie to you. I've seen it happen. So, I mean, they did something right with it. Whether or not it's good or something I want to play, that's besides the point. I think if they fix the zones, the biggest problem I've really seen was especially deep zones in cover 2 and every type of flat zone, because I can't even tell the difference between them. When I'm looking at the game, to be honest, I really couldn't tell the difference. The flats were open almost every play. I seen people playing that weren't even running any type of route combination. There was 5 people open at a time. So I just hope they fix that, because especially with the, because like you guys here have seen pictures of the formations that A-Dub added to the game. You haven't seen the plays from those formations. So I'm thinking about what's been added to this game on the offensive side and thinking about what's going to happen if those zones are broken.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine a monster set against this?
What?
Bro, well, the good thing about the monster sets, Key, and I'm going to clear this up because a lot of people don't realize this. I tried to, A-Dub retweeted it the other day when I answered this. You can't audible or hot rod out a monster. So that will keep that from being like totally ridiculous. It's really not that bad, to be completely honest with you. I'm more worried about the plays with like double S routes going towards the sidelines, and I'm referring to them as S routes because that's what most Madden players know them as. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Madden 17, bunch weak, Z spot, the big post off the left side, the solo receiver. They have double routes going towards the sidelines and stuff. If you can't play corner routes, there's no way you're playing that. So I just hope that gets fixed. And other than that, everything else looks great. And I told Rex that. I told Clint that. I've said it to the devs. So it's not like I didn't say it to him before. I'm just, at this point, I'm not about to look like an idiot praising the game when I think something's messed up. So that's it.
Yeah, man. And, just to go back to what he was saying, listen, this is why we like the live show. Anything goes here. And just to reiterate, he was speaking to specific people, same as I. So for those who didn't catch that part, I'm not talking about anybody who opposes what I have to say or say, oh, you just love it, blah, 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 blah. No, I was speaking to specific individuals that take it somewhere that they don't need to take it, that have been around you. That's what we're talking about. We ain't just talking about any random person that gonna see you at EA Play. Oh, you said, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, you coming at it with the rah-rah, dog, go somewhere. We're talking about specific people. So don't get it twisted. We won't sit in here trying to act all tough, and we're talking about specific people.
And like I said, that one specific person that I'm talking to, and he knows who I'm talking to. So whoever wants to go and tell people I was talking about them, I'm telling you right now, for everybody that goes back and watches this, that person knows exactly who he is. Okay? So am I going to go and make a big problem of it? No. But at the same time, don't come up to me smiling.
Yeah. Can't let you do that.
And anybody who has kids, you should feel that.
Yeah.
Even if you ain't from the same type time I'm on. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm the person that asked, I said Jersey. I'm originally from Newark. All right. I moved down here. I'm in North Charleston, South Carolina.
Yikes.
You might not know about it. Google it.
Brick City. Oh, Lord, really?
I don't got time for that.
Nah, it ain't happening. I know people out in Newark. But yeah, man, listen, that's all we saying. Because at the end of the day, here's a life lesson. Sim like to give y'all a life lesson every now and then. Then I throw it to Smitty. If you let somebody front around you and you don't address it, you are as big a sucker as they are. That's man code right there. You can't let a clown play you to your face and let him think, yeah, he don't even know. No. If you got kids, you can't let your kids see that. And we're not talking about asking to fight. No. We grown men. We're just saying you have to let somebody know. Hold on, bro. While you extending your hand out, you was just the other day. That's what we're talking about.
That's essentially what I just told him. Essentially what I just told him.
Can't let somebody play you like that. That's part of being a man. Well, go ahead, Smitty. What you got for us before we get out of here?
Honestly, well, outside of that, though, I would say that definitely had a great time. Especially listening, seeing all the posts and everything, the comments and all that, the interactivity off the chain. Like, this is the great stuff that we enjoy. Like what Sim said, this is the kind of show. These are the kind of shows that we definitely want to have, and getting with you guys and talking about this game and all that. Hey, we just like I said, We want to have a good, enjoyable game at the end of the day. That's what this is all about. We're continuously making that push, but the main thing that needs to happen is that people need to please pay attention to when this news and information is put out there, because it was put out there. We got this small community, but people are going wild. But you got a good number of people going wild about information that's already been spoken of directly from Rex. So please pay attention. Like, we stress this, we basically end up saying the same thing. It's like the same record every year, whether it's a blog post, whether it's an interview done, and it's like the info's right there, and then it's like nobody wants to pay attention to any of that.
It's right there.
And you want to second guess and fight through articles and stuff like that. And I'm like, so when the game comes out, you telling me you're gonna be sitting there with with an article pulled up saying, nope, I ain't touching Madden until this, that, and the third is addressed? No, you're going to be playing the game.
Right.
As soon as people saw gameplay, what did they do? They reacted to it and said, what's up with this gameplay? I didn't see, you know what? Hey, this is this, and I'll close it with this point here. It's an interesting thing about it, Sim. Ever since y'all dropped them videos yesterday at 1 o'clock, I ain't seen nobody talk about an article. No more. All of a sudden, it's all about this gameplay footage that's out there. Isn't that the funny thing? And see, when I was saying, guys, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, all that you guys are going to care about is gameplay. Like, I just give a care about how the game looks and runs and how I feel. I could give a care less about what's said in the article about, well, this is the physics engine. That's the physics. Oh, who cares? If the game feels right, you know what I'm saying, when I play it, you know, like, that's all that's going to matter to me. I'm not going to be sitting there worried about what's worded in the article and all that stuff. It doesn't matter. Now, if the physics are jacked up, like completely jacked up, then that's when I would question something. But you know how, but the only way I could question it is by seeing and feeling the game for myself. So I got to see gameplay and I got to experience gameplay. That's like me talking about a car. How the heck am I going to tell you about a car I ain't never drove yet? I just said I could talk. Oh man, I've seen tons of pictures about it, and I read all these car and driver magazines. I could tell you everything about it. Okay, but what's your hands-on experience? Oh well, I haven't drove it yet, you know. But you talk like you this enthusiast, and you know all about the vehicle, but you honestly don't know about the vehicle because you never even drove it. You just looked at it from a distance and said, well, I saw it on the street and it looked like it was a fast car. Okay, but why didn't you go into the dealership and test drive it? So then you can honestly tell me what the deal is. And that's the whole point that I've been saying for years. We've been saying for years. Just play the game. That's it. And that ends it. Who gives a care about an article? Ain't nobody gonna be stunting that. No one's stunting that article now. Ain't nobody gonna be worried about it when EA Access comes next week either, or any article for that matter. So that's what I'm saying. Play, like, people getting grief on Twitter and feeling a certain way, saying, see, that's why there's a problem with guys that are representing us and representing the community because they're doing this. Ain't nobody dismissing you. We just told you the same thing 4, 5, 20, 30 times over the past 5, 6 years. So when we didn't said it that many times, I don't need to coddle anybody. I told you enough times. So then I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until we get on the show like we did tonight. And we're gonna swab it out and say what we need to say here, and then move forward. And that's it. So
yeah, there they go with their hairline stuff again.
Hey, they in love with my hairline.
Yeah,
like, see, that's the type of thing you laugh at.
Just
like, you see what I'm saying? Like that.
But see, you know what? Even if somebody were to say something like that, at the end of the day, if you see them in person, they ain't gonna say nothing. Oh snap, where they at? Oh, like, ain't nobody gonna do anything, man. So it's just
nobody about to fight over something like that.
People popping off at the jib, it ain't nothing. That's why I don't even care about that.
I don't understand why it matters, man.
Yeah,
the other thing I don't understand is that's a dude. Like, why are you criticizing another dude's look? Like, I don't
get it. I just don't.
I don't understand that either. So, but
he gotta be younger. Like, I mean,
yeah, probably, but on the track of the game. Like I said, we just want to see. We just want to see what's up with the game. I can't wait till EA Access come out so then more people could get their hands on the game and see what's up with the game for themselves. And then when we're able to play and do streams and all that good stuff, then it's going to be on and popping.
We need that feedback. Like Relly said.
Exactly. Yes, and please,
the feedback.
Next week, people, please drop feedback. It should be just feedback, going crazy with feedback for people that have EA Access. Please dig in. I mean, I know it's just a 10-hour trial, but at the same time, you know, give as much feedback as you can. It's hard to focus in when you only have a 10-hour trial. But if you're going to buy the game, go ahead, purchase the game when the game drops, whichever edition it is you cop. Go ahead, get it in, have fun with it, experiment, lab, all that stuff. People that are all about the simulation setting, give your feedback off of that. If you about competitive setting, give your feedback off of that. And if there are things you see in general in terms of the game too that need to be tailored to give that authentic, like I said, for the authentic purpose of authentic replication of the sport, give that feedback too. They give them all the feedback possible because, like I said, that's what makes a better game for us all at the end of the day. So that's pretty much all I got.
That's really all.
Can I just say that Neff is the GOAT? Yo, Neff is the GOAT in the chat, B.
Neff is crazy, man.
Hey, I forgot to ask you this, Sim. When you went down there, and I don't even think you touched on this, did they fix blocking the backs?
Blocking, yeah. I ain't see none of that.
You didn't see like 10 or 5, you know, there was like 5-10 happening in a single game on Sim.
I think the whole time, if I'm not mistaken, I might have seen like 1 or 2 blocks in the back.
All right, because it was a problem, remember? So That's good. That's good.
Yeah, guys.
And the other thing, Smitty said he ain't worried about these blogs and stuff. That's completely true, because if you read that coverage blog and then watch the footage, it's like,
right.
Well,
they actually said one of the biggest criticisms was that hard flats don't play the flats. I can't tell which flat is which. So please explain to me how that blog lines up to what I just seen. That's all.
Exactly.
Or was that blog written 4 months ago?
That blog came out before. Well, you know, that's another conversation.
When was that written?
Because there's no way, to me, that blog had to come out once the game was already, you know, messed with. It had to. There's no way it came, you know what I'm saying? Or it could have been before, I don't know. But
who wrote that?
I don't even know that. I don't know.
Is the author on it? I'm gonna have to look at that.
I have to look it up, yeah. But that's it, guys, man. I mean, at the end of the day, all we're trying to convey, the reason why we even address certain things and how people do stuff is, again, it has to be cohesive. Like, I know we're going to always agree to disagree within the community. That's fine. But I'm telling y'all right now, my mission, what I'm doing is weeding out all of the people that provide nothing. We're going to move away from that because it don't help. It don't help. We need feedback, period. We need to be a stronger voice because, like Relly said, and I promise you this is the truth, when you come in on Twitter with the rah-rah, they're not paying attention. It makes this community look corny. Let's be real. Reason why, if y'all really believe that competitive is heard more, which in some cases they may be, because they are giving constructive feedback and cohesively in the right.
We have that same problem too. I ain't gonna pin all that on y'all.
Yeah, it's probably in all communities, but that's the facts, man. So that's the only reason why I tried to be, you know, police the situation, so to speak, being a community voice. Because I'm telling y'all, we gotta be stronger. It ain't just because of Rex and them. Other people are watching. So we can't have the shenanigans, man. Because remember when it used to be so much beef in the sim community and we was looking like real clowns? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We got to cut that out. We got to be a strong unit.
Now it's just traveling to the whole community. Everybody is beefing with each other over the game and how it plays without trying to find an understanding with each other, man. And that, unless everybody works together to make the game better, it ain't going to get better.
And that's the truth. Oh, last thing I promise, and then we're going to shut this down, man. We're approaching 3 hours. the whole notion of, because I saw this today, the whole notion of, oh, it's because you're a game changer and that's the only way. Okay. Relly is not a game changer. Relly talks to the devs extensively. Might even talk to them on a daily basis more than I do.
I don't know if I will after today.
Oh, you will. Don't worry about that. NY Kia has had communication. Hey, guess what? NY Kia was actually a part of the beta last year. Is he a game changer? My point is, people who have sense and provide feedback sternly, but in a constructive way. Because, oh yeah, go watch my man Kia's videos. You've heard him say, I don't know what they're doing. He ain't being a nice guy to them, but they listen because he's presenting it in the right way. That's all I'm saying. You ain't got to be no game changer. They don't cater to just the game changers. It's a plethora of people who are down with EA and have access like we do that ain't in the program. But it's because they've made themselves stand out. That's the truth of the matter. If you're doing your thing, they're going to find you. And don't, you know, people always ask me, how can I become? You got to do your thing. They ain't just going to say, oh, we'll bring you in. No. You got to be doing something in the community, be a voice, and maybe they'll holler at you. And that's why these fellas have been hollered at, because they're very vocal. That's all I'm saying. You got to be somebody. You got to be recognized. You know, shine in the community. They'll find you. But first and foremost, you have to present the feedback in a professional manner. Even the way Relly does it. You can get down and nasty with them because that's
that's the thing. I normally don't get like that with them. Like, I'm normally calm, but like when I'm basically made to look stupid,
yeah,
it's like, yo, like I gotta tell you what it is, bro. And like the thing is, it's just like, you know, I'm not, even at the same time today, I did not cuss them out. I did not do any of that with EA and the devs as far as they're concerned. I just said, you're making me look like an ass. You feel me? But what I will say is, based on what I'm seeing and the amount of feedback that they got over the past 2 days and what you're seeing from Rex's Twitter and so on, I'm confident it's going to be fine.
Oh, they're going to fix it. They got no choice. Power and feedback, baby. And like I said, the best thing in the world that happened was when I saw Zan and Lights so upset. I was like, yes. Now it ain't just me. Now you got everybody at your neck. So I know daggone, like, you ain't got no choice. I wish y'all could have seen Lights, man.
I can already see it, bro. Bro.
My man said nothing works, Sim. Nothing. Bro,
yo, how mad was Zan? I'm just curious. Like, I wish I could have seen his face the first time that he saw it.
But that's what we need, and see. But y'all, you know, y'all hate on those guys. Listen, they're trying to get the game right, man. And that's what we need collectively. That's why I said a long time ago when we first brought Relly on the show, we are closer to the same than most of y'all people realize. We all want a great game, and we want a realistic game. There are a handful of people in the community as far as the competitive that want absolutes. Same way there's some people in the sim community, like Kia said when he was on here, that's way over the top. You're going to always have those bad apples every now and then, but collectively, I've heard from the top guys, I've heard from Problem, Skimbo, all of these guys, they want the game to be realistic and use their knowledge to beat their opponent. So there you go. Well, that's the show, man. This is a world record. 3 hours and 2 minutes. We're going to have to definitely thank NY Kia for coming on. Relly.
In about 20 minutes of me flipping out, my bad.
Nah, man, you good. We definitely appreciate you, man. So next week, after you got an Xbox, right?
I got both, yeah.
So there you have it. Thursday, everybody here will definitely have had hands on, and we're gonna give y'all what we saw from the time it's open until the time of the show. And there you go. So if you're available, we'd be happy to have you again. Outside of that, we appreciate everybody for coming on.
Yeah, just hit me up. I'll probably be a lot more calm. I'm still excited for the game, y'all. I'm just mad right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Don't miss that point. The game, the game is still going to be the game. It's just that when when you've played it, that's the problem. Some of y'all, let's be real, some of y'all ain't even going to notice that there's a problem. Let's be honest. There's going to be some people watching this show at some point. They ain't going to have no idea what we talk about. So it's only because we saw it and we know what it was is why we flip it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God, what happened?
Nothing.
Well, all right, man. We out of here, man. We'll catch you guys next week. We're gonna chat with Relly here for a minute and see what's up. But all right, man. Y'all be easy. Have a good night. Hey, football is back. Some of you guys watched your team tonight. I can't wait till tomorrow to see what these Steelers trying to be Steelers are gonna do. See who want to make the team against the Giants. So football is back. We got NBA Live demo for you guys who are interested in that. EA Access next week. Sports is back, guys, so enjoy that. So appreciate everybody for sticking with us all this time. Definitely appreciate the donators. And that's it. We'll see you guys next week. Y'all be easy. Peace.